ultimates are always, you know, all spotlights on you here, guys. We got one more matchup left as we've got these two teams fighting for everything. It's one thing
last matchup, bro. Last matchup. Last matchup.
When lands on the line,
Hopefully,
when is on the line, you're going to see these people empty out the rosters, the talents, the ults, you name it, as we've got the first pick and bans coming in.
Let's not forget how Envy found themselves in this lower bracket in the first place, losing out to Sentinels within that first day, being able to save on to that Magneto now in favor for Envy. It's going to be Magneto plays from both ends, not too surprised, wondering here with no Emma Frost. We still sometimes see that Psylocke pick coming out without the mental projection, but they don't want any business with the Wolverine.
Yeah, we've saw ever since they dealt with Nemesis, Shroud X has banned Human Torch every single time at the very beginning, and that's smart. Obviously, when you got Speedery too,
I got the last
get rid of Johnny Storm there. Loki is going to shut down a lot as well. Envy, any good team would, but loves to play the Loki there. And on the opposite side, we're seeing that.
Okay, chat. Last series, man. Last series. Last series.
Doomed is too crazy there on Wolf as well, so they're getting rid of all the big threats.
I was gonna say, like, Wolverine has been putting on a showcase. I mean, I'm not too surprised. Wolverine terrors my own games out here, but, you know, Doomed being on that Wolverine is always scary. Vision also could flex over to that, and they take out the Hulk. Target bans continuously keep persisting in these later brackets now.
Wow, I like the because what is a comfort pick for them? Lucky for Envy, they got to legit watch and see how Shroud X responded, and they play a lot of Namor. They flex that Vision's one of the best in the business. Well, don't get rid of the King of the Sea, get rid of the Gamma God and Storm. Oh God, Storm being the save. Speedery on Storm. Guys, get ready for Cat 5.
I was gonna say, like, Speedery has always gone over to
Cal
the Storm,
is on the Wolverine now
against them here. So Shroud X instead just making sure that the Torch isn't a problem. They would rather, honestly, they would rather deal with that Storm rather than the Torch. I don't blame them there. But taking care of the Loki is even better because they themselves, if they wanted to, could play the Torch if you're looking at Shroud X. And you know those Loki lamps are very pesky on trying to get any sort of progress. And they took care of the Punisher too. So I'm expecting some flyers coming into Shroud X.
Now, again, we talk about roles that don't get a lot of loves. Nuck is one of those strategists that can just absolutely pop off to the highest degree. And so we look at the predictions, and right now, 57% being shown towards Envy. Shroud X, I will say this, in domination, time and time again, we've seen them clutch it up here, even in games and series that they've lost.
Yeah, you know, and it's always so close, even in their own interviews, talking about Shroud X specifically, like, they know that it always gets to down to the wire, and it could be really intense. They had a little bit of time to I mean, I say a little bit, but they had a lot of time to recover, and now diving right back into the action. They're pretty warmed up here, and they're already going to start off with this portal play to get to the
Okay, chat, let's see this. Both teams are warmed up. Both teams played today. So let's see this.
Cal and Speedery Storm, that's dangerous. That's playing with fire, even without Human Torch here, as the teams collide. Kalush, one of the best in the business, oftentimes being able to carry games on his back. Dongman, though,
wait, what the hell is that? He was like double jumping.
V Sorcerer here as they're pushing in. Both teams want this point. They know what it can mean to get things going.
Looking on the other side too, Speedery is trying to get going with having the Invisible Woman, though. Month is going to be able to put that temporary shield just to help them out, but they've lost out on Doomed first, out of position when trying to get into a different angle, and with Cal having the Wolverine available, I hope you're ready to get some kidnaps going.
Have we learned nothing from the 100 Thieves show? You gotta ban Logan. Unless you want to just be made into dinner. I mean, he's slicing and dicing.
God damn, dude. You just know that there's gonna be like 50,000 fucking Wolverine players now in your ranked games, chat.
Now Shroud X on the defense, they're just trying to get any amount of space, but it's all Envy at the moment.
Oh, Cal doesn't be able to back away with the rest of the team. Window, Mund having those ultimates available, and Nero too to shift that into the fate of both worlds. But we're gonna get the copy first from Nook into Fidel, who has the fate of both worlds, just to try to push in. And with Vision having that final judgment, they're gonna try to do the combo together.
Is this the loser bracket final? Loser bracket semi-final. Whoever wins this goes to China.
Has the name, as we've said before. Vision looking for his first KO, and up goes the meteor, and down goes the Spaceball Specialist. Window.
Ooh! Vision and Impunity. LeBron James. Yo, little duck, appreciate massive 7 months.
But dropping in from the heavens is going to be the Eye of Agamotto, making them break their necks. It found 2 onto Speedery and Window.
It's the Vanguard show at the moment, and Doom showing who can storm and open up the skies as they trade and get this point back. But 67% on to Envy so far, but they still have some ults to show.
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, I feel like if Envy wants to win, they ban... Oh, but they ban Dongman's Doctor Strange. I think his Doctor Strange is his best character.
Ultimate, though, is going to be something you want to keep in mind. Last stand, as Doomed with the Omega Hurricane, not going to be able to really sustain, as you mentioned, those support ults a little bit far, while Impunity also close to try to build up that meteor. Here comes that Omega Hurricane, though. They unleash the button.
Oh, shit, what the hell?
Build up some time, just in case. Doom knowing, though, that that was just going to be it. Literally throwing themselves into them.
Yeah, winner solidifies a spot to China.
We actually saw Shroud X do this a lot. They would use that Doom opening to go in and get those ults out or whatever it might be. And then Vision here with the follow-up. And there it is. We've got the turrets out, the gunfire on, trying to get anything rolling from. Can't find anything. The entire team hiding behind structure that can't be broken. Great job of hide and seek. And right now, Envy hiding to perfection now, but 55% tick-tock here for Shroud X.
They were just shoved into the shoebox. Imagine if Impunity just yeeted down that meteor while they were stuck in that corner, but he gets it right afterwards. Gets stunned temporarily, too. Looks like Nero being able to get that stun here, as the rest of Envy have a 6-man ult to work with here, while Shroud X still have their feet planted on this point. Here comes the Omega Hurricane, the survivability after they lost on Cal.
Force the ult and run away. I feel like that's the majority of all Storm players. Force an ult, run away. Oh, Impunity, that was risky.
No connection there. Hitting down, but we do get the follow from Dogman with the alley-oop.
Damn, the eyes, the reverse eyes, chat. Kalush was just a little better.
Kalush comes in with a quick 2K. Doom gets frozen. Lights out. No more brightest star in the sky, as now Envy gets to reclaim the point, but Shroud X, they stalled for a while.
Coming from Overwatch 2, what hero is mostly like Reinhardt?
Oh my gosh, that Eye of Agamotto just now.
Ooh, what character is mostly like Reinhardt? Wouldn't that be like the Thing? The Thing is mostly like Reinhardt, right, chat? With his ultimate ability. Hey, baby.
And down they go, trying to get this point contested.
Hey,
85% ticking up. They do have the final judgment to follow. They have no strategist to match it, though. On the either side, Envy without ults as well. This could be their battle to win.
Do you guys see this cat?
Really quick, though.
Do you guys literally see this cat above me?
Vision to play a lot more defensive, to just shove Envy off of this point, to reclaim it overtime, now taking away.
What are you doing?
In the favor of Shroud X here, too. Doom now coming in with the Supernova. They've controlled so much of this damage output as Envy are falling and Vision is moving in.
Vision bringing the guns, the smoke, and the end credits as they grab.
Shroud's team took the first point. That is wild to me.
The fire that they conducted in the early match.
Can we talk about the Ditto combo, though?
That is wild.
Is what that was. And then when the Magneto ults would come in between Window and Impunity,
even Boba's here watching the game, right, Boba?
First, and usually they would have to be the one taking
right,
the front end of that ultimate, but at least keeping the Omega Hurricanes alive in the meantime.
And no swish from the basket there from Impunity, but the follow-up and alley-oop from Dogman, that's what you want for.
Look at this cat, bro. This cat's ridiculous.
Vision showing what he does best. I talked to Vision last night a while on Twitter, and just they know they can do this. They know they can get there, and they already went through what was about to be a tough loss for that team. And once you fight through adversity like that, it somehow brings you closer and closer. Not to be cheesy, but you love to see the storylines here as we move in. Can Shroud X get the first map off Envy?
This is where history is made, man. In the infancy of...
If Shroud X actually, like, goes the land, that would be insane. Because he wasn't going to get a team, and then he got... I mean, I think they would be a team regardless. But he wasn't going to get a team, and then he, like, did a charity event, then got a team, and then now they're here.
Fire to get things started here. And Nuck,
one of the best four teams in NA.
Early on, as the team has to back out because of Doom putting on a show by himself. All you need is some flames now. Getting that pressure on is Speedery. We saw what he can do, the demon of Psylocke. But Nuck with the early opening on the Vanguard of Kalush. That's huge.
That's both of the Vanguards falling down first. That also goes in favor for Shroud X to plant their feet on the point without having to use Nook and that Loki ult.
Yeah, great stuff here. Again, winner punching their ticket to China. They both can taste it, as now Nuck still having that ult ready to rock. Impunity and Dogman, we talked about the deadly duo of the post who could alley-oop and get the job done. And wow, look at that hide and seek. It's talking about Doom finding Speeder in the back.
Yeah, Speeder's like, ayo, like, I was just chilling over to the side, got called out by
We're almost
Doom,
done.
keeping
We're gonna
him
go to
in his
sleep
vision.
soon. We're
Vision
almost done,
himself, by
baby.
the way, on the Punisher, about to have that final judgment. Impunity getting caught, though, in the grasp, in the claws of Cal.
Why did all the
Finding
big
that
streamers
Vision
quit?
does get the
Ninja,
trade off of
Tim,
Speeder,
Shroud.
who
Chat,
hasn't
I'm a
really
big
been able to
streamer.
get set up
Thanks.
into position with the dance of butterflies, and now the dance off between both Nook in the copy of that Luna Snow.
Wait, hitting the Invis woman.
Caught month before Nero's able to backtrack to help them out.
Beautiful job from Shroud X. It's like they just came off a reverse sweep. You see all the momentum going with them. The lights flashing, but they're not too bright for Shroud X on the biggest stage, going against one of the biggest teams. Wow, what an opening.
Can we talk about Dogman's Eye of Agamotto's already off the rip? Like, I feel like Dogman usually takes a little bit to ramp up, but this is just 100% like off the rip.
He had 5 games to warm up. I mean, he got that warmed up on that last one versus Techie here, as Impunity and Doom both have everything locked and loaded right now. And the rare silence you don't hear on these maps often, as it seems like even Envy is left stunned at the moment at the result so far here. Supernova up, Tornadoes down. Vicky with the Meteor M, Kitty Slam, the Spaceball special. He throws it. Wow, good shield.
Wow, the flash on the shield was ginormous. Now, Shroud X already approaching 95%, but they're stalling for as long as possible. Now, as Envy get to just keep their feet on this point. Kaluj has the Eye of Agamotto. They try to isolate them. The Magneto bubble to help them out. Cal, though, gets caught in the middle of using that Wolverino. It is doomed. That burns him at the stake, sending him back to the spawn, and he's just harassing the backline for free.
He's roasting. He's
damn, man, this isn't looking good, bro. This isn't looking good.
And see Vision getting the picks needed. Kalush trying to make a difference here, but unable to as they shut down the Sorcerer. They put him down, and this is going to be Shroud X all the way, looking confident. And wow, look at Dogman celebrate.
The pop-off, the head nod, the pop-off. Oh my, you know those comms are blazing right now here. Shroud X, they take the first map against
Damn,
Envy.
chat,
This
that's
is literally
fucking
for everything on the table.
crazy.
This is for the opportunity to compete in person at LAN, and Shroud X already in the driver's seat.
Vision. I mean, he sees the vision for this team. It's clear 2020 what his job and responsibility is to help this team punch their ticket, book their seat, and take some
bro,
Envy just take everything with him here as we look at the stats and the MVP going to Frank Castle.
What's
Vision
going on with
19-0.
Envy, chat? What's
Vision,
going on with
guys,
Envy, bro? They're
your
not
eyes are
looking like that,
correct.
but
They
what do you call it?
didn't die.
Shroud X showed up. They showed up today. That's good.
I actually do wear glasses, even though I'm wearing contacts right now, but I had to just adjust the contacts in my own eyeballs to see 21,000 damage, like without
Vision is 19-0 with 21,000 damage. That's actually crazy. Cal 5-4 with 5,000 damage. Cal, bro, that's not looking good for my boy Cal, chat. He needs to show up.
You try to max out on the other
That's
side
not
where
good.
Envy only had the invisible.
It's not looking good, chat.
Difference.
Not looking good.
I'm just left stunned.
Envy needs to wake up.
But obviously a lot on Groot lately, and just seeing what
Envy needs to wake up, bro.
And the beautiful top off and finish. You have some of the best.
If this is what one of the top 4 teams look like in North America, I need to make a team. Because I could go like 1-3.
It's the worst feeling when you're Invisible Woman trying to double jump, turn invisible away, and you just get jumped. Like, what are you running? And even the attempt on the block right there. Dogman was insane this round. That's why we were highlighting the Eye of Agamotto's, but the blocks there too, the protection before jumping in to just target that one lone Nero who was left on the point before they took it to the second round.
And it's not even that they finished, it's how they finished Vicky. I mean, what an exclamation point that they put on the end of that map. It wasn't even close on the second map. Wasn't even close. 19-0 KDA. I'm pretty sure Vision's pretty happy with that on Frank Castle there. My goodness, what an effort from Shroud X. Now down, 2 games? Now they're up 4.
They're on fire. They got warmed up. You said it. They've already played like 5 other games. You know what? So they're ready to go. They're ready to GG go next. And Vision being enabled. Not
who's playing? Shroud
once.
X and Envy.
And Dogman with these Eye of Agamottos keeping Vision alive too from the back line.
I'm at the casino. Someone fill me in.
Fantastic.
Go all in.
Like you mentioned too. It was a little bit
Go
closer than that
all
first round,
in.
but that second round was just
all in.
And I gotta say, it's so fun to watch the story of Shroud X thus far. I've seen them together. I've heard their group Discord calls as Shroud joins in. It's just been such a fun journey thus far, and the job is far from done. As we hit match 1, we're going to match number 2. In Envy, they know what they've got to do. Don't go
No,
anywhere.
I already lost $2,500 tonight. Fuck me, bro. Why would you guys want to go to a casino and lose $2,500 to them? They have millions, if not millions, of billions of dollars. You know what you guys should do with your money? Twitch.tv/J3. Come gamble here. How many gifted subs until Jay smiles? Let's start. No, that's fine. No. No, bro, I don't like casinos. Every time I go to a casino, I end up with 0. Wait, is Riot actually opening an esports? Wait, what? Wait, Riot is actually opening an esports game? Like, what? What does that mean? Like, they're coming out with, like, you could gamble on their games? Or you could gamble on esports? Or what does that mean? No, they're allowing sponsors? Valorant is allowing gambling sponsors? No way, bro. To be honest with you, I know gambling sponsorships give a lot of money to those sponsorships. Like, they throw money out, chat. But to be honest with you, I kind of lost respect for to Riot, bro. That's teaching the younger generation gambling and all that. Chat, that's not good, bro. I don't know if I like that. I don't know. Is Riot really that much in a hole that they need to get the gambling sponsorships, bro? Jay, did you see the Demon Slayer that dropped today? Wait, Demon Slayer dropped something today? Oh my god, I love this song. I never heard this song in like 3 seconds. Want me to link it? Nah, it's fine. I'll be honest with you. It's 1:30 in the morning. My brain can't function anything. Also, they need to hurry this series up, bro. I just realized we're at 16 and a half hours, chat. We're almost at 20 hours.
What's going on, guys? Again, we said it was an insane day of rivals, and we have now made that 2 days, Vicky. Late into the night here, Shroud X claiming what seemed to be a pretty easy W from Envy. On that game, Vicky, what stood out to you that made it that easy?
Cal not breaking over 6k damage, and Speedery not being able to get anything, like truly anything. Speedery went 3 and 4, but we saw like multiple times that Speedery got called out by Doomed. So Doomed was keeping an eye on the backline to help peel, but the duelists were not able to get set up. That and like Dodgeman getting these like surprise jump scare Eye of Agamottos.
Yet I've got to say, to me, a lot of that was won in the pick and ban phase. As we've said before, you're leaving Human Torch to Doom, all right? You're leaving Loki to Nuck. There's so much on the table for that team to work with. And yes, you're getting rid of things like the Hulk, right? But they can play more than Namor, as you can see there.
Awake?
Envy, you guys are full of some of the most talent.
Oh yeah, you took a nap today. You're good.
This is to punch your ticket to China. Can they
I just saw chat.
Special? They came into this, Vicky, as a team that swept all these teams. They were like 6-0.
How many hours? How many hours have I streamed?
This is the big leagues. Can they get it done?
I think. Let me see.
And they did pretty good in the group stage too before they had lost over to FlyQuest. Well, Ego Death, of course, we saw that happen. But when they lost against FlyQuest, it was rather close. And then they tried to make some changes going into the playoffs. And then guess what happened? They fall again in that very first match versus Sentinels, the team that we just saw just take it against 100 Thieves.
Since Thursday, chat. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're not even including Sunday yet. 3 days.
Individuals. They made their own run before they had lost.
I streamed
Team Nemesis
45 hours.
But then had proceeded to go forward to take on Team Nemesis again. They did lose out, and they wanted this redemption arc. As we get started, no more Emma Frost.
Yeah, again, but since it's the beginning,
and you guys been calling me a part-timer,
and it's just not throwing it right. And
you have an addiction? No, I don't. I don't have an addiction.
My goodness, they put the foot down, said no this time around. Speeder getting that torch ban yet again. They're getting the save there on Magneto. Emma not going to be a factor either. Right now, it's the same story.
All right, taking out the Wolverine off the table. Hopefully that kind of applies to Cal. No, I'm joking.
I could stop. I could stop anytime, chat.
Man, it was tough, but they know that Shroud X, Doomed specifically, man, and the flexibility from Vision, it's a scary case. And
I could stop whenever.
With respect, that Dogman is a whole problem, and they target ban the Doctor Strange.
I told you. I told the chat. Did I not say? Did I not say last game that if you ban Doctor Strange, you take away Dongman's best character? Because we were watching his Magneto. His Magneto was not as good as his Doctor Strange. He's been carrying with his Doc. That's why his name is Dr. Dong.
Last match they did not have access to that, so that's going to open things up.
Yeah, and we did see the Ditto matchup within the Storm actually coming out here too. But I actually believe here on the last ban that we had, yeah, they did.
How can I watch the 100 Thieves game? I'm pretty sure on my YouTube, my second YouTube channel, I'm gonna have the 100 Thieves game up tomorrow.
At the top, looking back, so they actually had access, I believe. Did they not have access?
Envy had it banned against them, so that's why they protected this time around.
This is lower bracket semifinals, chat. Lower bracket semifinals. I brought it
up because Speedery always going on that Storm, but like
whoever wins these games go to China.
In Judgment in hand, and they were able to have a lot of control before they even made their own swaps together with the Fate of Both Worlds to just enable those ultimates.
We've got Cal with the big guns, no longer shooting thorns, shooting bullets as we find ourselves yet again on Yggdrasil's path. This map can often tell the tale of a story, and if it's going to hit 2-0 for Shroud X, or can Envy make this an even fight? And hey, let's go ahead and take this into the early AM.
I wonder, if a cat stares at a monitor, is that bad for their eyes?
You guys at home,
I don't want you staring at the monitor.
The Shroud X fans, they're out and about. I know Shroud got front row tickets watching on his own stream. You got to consider what you're going to be putting on them jerseys, because you're 2 games away from meeting yourself back in China as we get started for game number 2.
Wow, love to see it again. The Shroud spectator curse, it could live on. He's watching, going back and forth, scared to probably watch his team punch their ticket. Dogman, you could just tell the confidence in what he's feeling right there. Hood on, game on, and flame on for the Doomed as the push goes through.
The Punisher UV Punisher matchup too, while Speedery takes the skies and Doomed on the different flyer on the
Yo, smoking pizzas. Appreciate the nice of get this on, my friend.
Impunity and Window, it's the 1v1 on these Groots where Impunity really shines being that Groot specialist.
Yeah, seeing Window and Impunity go at it is a lot of fun. Little tree-on-tree violence here. And Nero, got to say, Luna, always 70% accuracy. Incredible things they can do. But Vision shutting down Speedery, and that is the win con for that team. Vision getting the job done. Doom staying alive here as Nuck has the ult ready to go already to keep the team alive. Fidel can follow, and that is a massive start on defense for Shroud.
And Month 2, at least to try to keep Envy alive while Nero's falling just a little bit behind her. The damage output finds Window going down in the next engagement. Will have that Groot ultimate going next, and Cal with that final judgment, combine that with Nero being on that Luna Soul, having the Fate of Both Worlds just to push up here if they need that extra space. But Shroud X have answers themselves.
These teams are almost mirror match. You got a difference in Loki and Invis, and the big difference is you got the torch that can ignite the fire within, as now the Hurricane goes down, opens up, looking for some, but has to get out of there and running from
good counter ults by Envy.
Wow, the conditioning right now, the mind games too. When you have the invisible barrier though, you can't see right through it. You can only spray and pray. Cal being able to find Doom still in the sky, and he's also still holding on to their own final judgment.
Yeah, they've got everything they need here to put the connections together here now, as Groot has the entangle imprison from window, but the grand finale pops up for Nuck as they're keeping things going, and right now momentum is being pushed to the limits as Window trying to keep his team alive, sustained as they heal up, push.
Wait, he missed? Wait, did he get his Groot ult eaten? Oh my god, bro.
Together with that and Nero, they keep Cal up, they keep this final judgment up, and Vision and Dogman, they fall down. Envy had saved everything to bait out those ultimates out of Shroud X, knowing that they did not have any of those strategist ults to keep them up.
Yeah, not only do they get the bounce off the rim there from the mag ult, but also they can't use it to defend what's going to be Cal's final judgment. So that's always rough, and definitely want that one back. Now they've got 3 minutes, 58 seconds right now. If you're Envy, be playing the game that you want to play. Shroud X far from some
Wait, what's up? What's up, Kitty? What are you doing?
Vision around the corner with the group.
Be able to try to stake them in the group hug at the very least, but they're going to wait a little bit for Fidel to have that fatal
the Kitty's going to go to bed, I think, with you.
Sorry at this point, because Envy also have ultimates ready to go to try to counter that. The Omega Hurricane, as if they look behind, this could be the one ultimate to try to melt down Speedery, but with the invisible barrier from Monk, they're going to be able to fight inside this close quarter fight. Fidel,
they did manage to get Cal.
Everybody grouped up together, this time from window as he sets up the group walls. Difficult as they're going to try to peel away. Nook, though, at least has that Loki ult, the God of Mischief, to try to re-engage.
Deadly dance, Frank Castle right in the beat there with Luna. Great job from Fidel and Vision to get at least a little bit of stagger there from the team. Dogman's got that meteor in. Cal's getting close to the final judgment. We'll see if they line that up now. Doomed has the ult going down, and we got Kaluz to counter, throws down the meteor, and gets the connection, and the slam dunk. 1-2 go down.
He was looking in every direction though to find that target and still found its mark. And with Month going down, by the way, that's huge because you were about to have that invisible barrier up, but it's fine. Nero's right here alongside with Cal, and they don't even need to expend that because
there you go, there you go, there you go.
Together between Cal and Speedery, they're upset after the last map.
Yeah, they had the Dogman ult there if they needed, but chose to, obviously, with how they opened
yeah,
up.
the last few games have been all crazy.
Now with the imprisonment, that they can follow up with this a little bit here. Nero, though, having that dance floor Month with the invisible balance, they're going to have to go through a lot of sustain to get this Dogman. He's hit these ults before. He needs to switch the net as the meteor connects. Can he get it done?
There you go, the slam dunk. Looking to see if they
can
find
my. Okay, there you go, there you go. Great slam dunk.
You think you want to go for the Nero and the dance off, but Monk too with the invisible barrier. That's 2 strategist ults, by the way, that was used up basically simultaneously. As Envy now with only Kaluz and that meteor, just trying to see if they can get these raw picks in neutral after they found Doomed.
Yeah, they treat tick for tack on the duelist there, but both the strategist ults coming out is going to be major here. Now as Vision hits the bubble and the ball, and says he's
oh man, Vision. This is a Vision show, chat. This is a Vision show.
He gets a 3-piece.
It's a Vision show right now. He popped off last game. He's doing it this game.
Just add in the extra punishment, backing away, holding them back. Now you got a minute, less than 25 seconds on the clock, and Nook and Fidel have everything to cycle through these ultimates for 24 seconds of invincibility.
Yo, he yelled judge, jury, execution in the enemy team. They cut all 3. As 3 went down, now they have to look to reconnect. Both strategist ults up and ready. Envy a mile away from it. Kaluz, though, you know how huge he can be for this team. Speedery opening up the skies, throwing down the storm. Is it going to be sunny skies, or is it the Cat 5 as he throws?
Wait, he actually managed to get one, though. He managed to get the Loki.
Down, but the trade happens.
Yeah, this is what they wanted. They wanted to force out that support ultimate from Fidel.
How's that, Florian?
So Forsey used this up while Doomed has the supernova instead.
Oh,
nice
come on, guys.
The meteor, Kaluz forced it back away. Now it's Window's turn with the group hug on the group. Oh, look at the damage output together with these
balls. Oh no, Chad, Cal,
right
bro.
Said not today, Cal. Put that judgment away.
This is not good.
But the Punisher, the only bunny who's playing judge or jury, is Dogman here on this Magneto, which is pretty ironic actually as the dance-off comes in. Fate of both worlds. Nero trying to keep Envy alive because they have less than 20 seconds now on the clock.
And not only that, the wall there was insane placement from Impunity to keep the team alive through what was about to be the finish line with the window throwing it down. Speedery, he knows what he needs to do if this team has any shot.
I need to see the stats, chat. I need to see the stats. It can't be good from Envy right now.
The 2020's activated. Can he get the E-Limb? Speedery trades Impunity down. That's a massive pick early, Vicky, as they move forward. They've got nothing in ults outside of this. It looks like overtime is going to be pushed into point 3 unless something can happen here. They do have plenty, though, to try to touch.
And Speedery's just getting away with murder. Found 2 picks already onto Impunity. I believe it was Vision next right afterwards, too. And gets another one on top of it all. And they didn't really have those ultimates to work off of to stay alive after Month had used that invisible barrier. And more as they fall. Speedery with the dream alive together with Cal, they take this point as we do get a quick pause, but we did get to see the ultimate economy a little bit from it.
The one thing we don't need right now, almost at 2 a.m. chat, is pauses to make this game longer.
Silence there.
We don't need that.
Unfortunately, it says he could do it all day.
We don't need it.
But no, it was the swift in from Impunity there.
We don't need it,
guys. As we have a technical pause, and my gosh, just absolute chaos erupting. Envy living up to the second point of the map there, Vicky. I mean, talk about waiting for the final finish there. What do you think is going to happen as we push into this final bit of the point?
It's only 10:40. It's not 10:40, chat.
I feel like with the way that Speedery is getting uncontested, it's great, but I don't know how I feel about
Damn,
Flyers
that
for
tree
this
actually
third
looks
point
fucking
once
sick.
you get through that choke by the 2 walls, because yeah, there is a ceiling there. There is a lot of room to try to get out of the line of sight, but when you have to deal with Punisher and that judgment, and let's say the terrain's already gone, it could be hard to try to find your way back, especially with the storm versus like the torch instead, which they can't really rock. So I feel like we're gonna still see the storm, but maybe would not be surprised if we maybe see a change at the very end if they get held.
Yeah, the Vanguard play of just protecting them from these massive casualties that can happen. As it feels like we're on a YouTube bliss break. They do those in between like big time shows, right? As we gaze upon Asgard here. But it feels like Cal.
Chat, you guys know that there's a second stage to this. Well, after this, we go to the finals, right? But after those finals that they go to, there's a whole second stage, and we're gonna have to do all of this again.
Early picks often as they head into this cavern, though. That's gonna close down a lot of those strats.
Yeah, you know, aside from the caverns too, being able to hold
we're gonna have to do all these
Loki
streams
ult
again for the second stage.
Yes, Vidal was forced to use that Luna Snow ult when the Omega Hurricane hit, but then rotating that together with Loki, yes, you caused Nook to go down. But
no, not tonight, not tonight, not tonight. No, chat. After this tournament, this is the playoffs for stage 1. After the stage 1, we go to the mid-season mid-season finals. After the mid-season finals, we go to stage 2, which is basically all this again, and then we go to the grand finals.
We resume now with only 1 minute and 13 seconds left. That is less than the pause that we just took to head into this thing. Vidal, Doomed, and Dogman to get you up already to lock and low. They got 4 out of 6, 3 out of 6 on the other side. Cal close to it. The skies open up yet again for Storm, unable to connect so far. Going in with the Hurricane. Sunny skies yet again, though, as Kalu slams up, slams down. The protection happens in the dance.
Off on top of the wall. I mean, they delete it right there here, but the group hog right afterwards.
Oh no, see, that's what I mean. That's what I mean, chat. Dongman, his Doctor Strange is really amazing, but I think he needs to work on his LeBron James.
Then you retaliate if you're looking at Shroud X. Impunity, though, gets caught in the crossfire against Cal, even after using that group ult, and this forces Vision Impunity back.
Yeah, name is Vision, but he's shooting blind there into the invisible boundary.
His name is Vision, but he's shooting blind there. God damn, even at 2 a.m., these guys are still like clutch up with it.
And an absolute heroic effort here from Envy. Backs against the wall. One wall on one point, third on the other as they're pushing towards it. And at this point, oh my gosh, absolute chaos unfolding here.
He's still able to ignore him for like a brief amount of time because they have to try to contest now that overtime is taking away. Kalush finds Dogman, really big pick. Dogman was slowly approaching that meteor too. As Speedery with the Omega Hurricane tries to clear the point with 2 picks. They don't get there on time, even with Doom being on that Iron Fist getting so close to the point.
Chat.
Unfortunately, they're unable to get the touch and the pressure.
Shroud X is
gotta escape one thing, and that Hurricane's just so much continuous damage. I can't say enough. Envy, it looked like they were down and out. You know, we've said it, the Envy's looking empty. We've said it before here on cast. But to come out of that break with 1:14, I don't know what kind of pep talk they had over a course of a minute, but whatever it was, it worked.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes off of those technical pauses, sometimes a player DCs and it can cut a bit of momentum, but that was not it here at that point. Like, Envy just still kept clearing the next 2 fights after that. They still allowed Cal to get set up on that turret. They made some desperate swaps if you're thinking about Shroud X with that Iron Fist, and it was just stopped. It didn't really do much here aside from splitting a good amount of that pressure.
Wow, just a stun. I mean, we know we were going to see everybody give it their all here to make it to the historic lands. Both teams want to do so badly. I know in their interviews, Cal plays it calm, cool, collected. They want it. They want to get there here. As we look at the stats, Vic, and I mean, it tells the story pretty well. It tells the story of what we've seen. Yes, you got Vision doing his thing.
I mean, Envy can full hold this, chat. They're doing the 3 tanks, 3 supports. They're doing the 3-0-3.
At the end, we're not connected.
It's hard when Speedery, or rather currently Nero and Month, the way that we saw them just keep sustaining the other side makes it hard for that final judgment to get anything. That's why we keep saying just the play of mental games on how you want to rotate through these different support ultimates, or even just not expend it and just hide behind the Magneto shield instead.
As they push in here, Dogman and go. Shroud X.
They are doing the 3-0-3. Wait, what?
Ult's building up pressure going on him. Just perfect display of group effort here as it's Guardians of the Galaxy violence on violence as Kalush pushing forward, trying to get the early pick and poke. And look at the trades of Magneto going into the Lantern, though. That's the difference, the Loki difference the God of Mischief can do on his home court of Asgard.
Damn. Nadeshot just pulled some gloves that are worth 20K. Do people really buy that, though? Like, how hard is it to sell those gloves?
This Cloak and Dagger and the Luna or the Invisible Woman here
I don't know, man. I feel like that gambling stuff, especially for video games, is not.
Clearance on the next corner.
I would never spend that much money on a video game. My whole life is video games.
And I play a lot of Loki myself, one of my most played heroes in this match. Just so good for clone placement and tactical play as Impunity now just taking the bullets from Cal over and over. Speedery does have that extermination online to put the pressure on, pushing it forward here. They have every answer back to it. Executioner coming out, but Nuck keeping the team alive. And now we've got the final judgment from Shroud X, and Vision does connect this time and finds window.
I'm in danger. Speedery just floating away after using the extermination.
Bro, this is what I mean. Dude, Dongman's ults are like, he's like I said, he's a great Strange, but what are these ults?
Final judgment. Vision looking back, but this buys a lot of time for Envy to get reset up on this defense.
And again, Dongman, I love the aggressiveness, but I'd like to see that ult be used defensively too. I mean, we have not seen a lot of that against the Punisher ult, and it's just such a great way to be able to throw.
I sold the $800 knife on Steam in 2 hours.
Right?
Yeah, but if you sell an $800 knife on Steam, and that's $800 that you're getting on Steam, you can't take that money out. You could buy video games with it, but that's still Steam's money.
On the back line, though, just continuously keeps harassing here the support, and it's that.
Oh wow, insane shot. Saw the Invis woman.
Knew the assignment as Doomed takes apart that backline. Shroud X now only leaving window.
And also $800 is very different from $20,000, chat.
Job and cap of Shroud X. They got minute 32. Now let's go ahead and push that up to 4 minutes. About even, Vicky, where Envy took over at this point in time. Vision has that final judgment. They can rock and roll with Nuck around the corner here. And to respond, Vicky, Month does have the invisible boundary. It's done the job so far. It's got to farm it up quick.
Doing it little by little here, at least with misspoke pressure, you'll be able to
Yo, Super Lawrence, appreciate the massive prime sub, my friend. How you doing?
In the bank to work with. Here comes the chaos, the God of Mischief from Nuck. So maybe to get the copy here instead. And Vision inside of this final judgment. They got the copy off of Month on the other side here too to keep everybody alive. The dance off too as they try to back away. And the Omega Hurricane from Speedery gets answered back. It is Fidel with the fate of both worlds after Nook gets booted off from that Luna Snow.
What are you doing
here.
awake? Go to sleep.
It was just a one single standoff, and Envy still have 2 ultimates, and Nero is approaching that fate of both worlds.
They've done a good job so far controlling Mother Nature and Speedery and what they can do there with the Omega Hurricane. But again, it forces so much other things outside of eliminations, cooldowns and more, as now pushing in window, throws down the Groot ult. Now with the final judgment, there's the response with the defense, but it does not connect. connect, and instead of Speedery trading there with Mag, both Vanguards down and out. And
take your screen right now. Have a good night. Have a good night.
Going full W.
Yeah, they're gonna want to get rid of
Did he miss another Mangold? Sorry, I was playing with the cat. He missed another one.
The way that we're currently seeing Speedery.
LeBrick, chat. LeBrick.
Hurricane now has just been on fire. Combine that with the pressure from Cal on this Punisher. So much damage output from the ground, and then you have to look to the skies for Speedery, who's also about to get that Omega Hurricane quickly.
Yeah, we'll see if they do the strat here that the demo. Doom tries to get ults out, right? Here comes the strategist ults potentially from Nero or Month, and then they use Vision's Final Judgment to clear it up. There's the disappear.
Oh, Doom kind of just got deleted here.
Yeah, I mean, that was a fast answer there. I guess they got one of the ults out.
And Cal recognizing to go back to the rest of the team. Great communication because he already used up that turret, so he could have iframe it here as Vision now comes up with the Final Judgment instead together with Nook in the copy of the fate of both.
Vision is a Cal on point. Vision's a really good player.
Cal is not going down without a fight.
Damn, Cal just sneaked up out of nowhere and just was able to get a kill.
Connecting on these Final Judgments. It's going to be tough though. They're going to be nice group wall there. Good pressure. Here comes the Omega Hurricane. It's going to be so close, millimeters away. Can they get it all the way? It's 3.66 to M as we've got meters going up. It's Mother Nature at its finest, and oh my wipe!
I will always win that. Window and that big meteor from Kalush finding Fidel in the middle of that fate of both worlds was lethal.
Good damn, chat.
15 seconds to even get to the second checkpoint for Shroud X.
Dude, a bouquet of eliminations. Like,
what's up, baby?
All together. Insanity there as we have Doom now switched over to Hella. Dogman up with the Meteor aim, ready to rock. We got a minute left, guys. Again, you thought this would be a 2-0. Think again. Envy trying to make this thing even here. 54 seconds. Pressure on. Dogman.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of want them to not go on breaks and just run through this ending of this tournament. Just run through it, bro.
Same on Meteor.
Been lacking just a little bit, though, on these meteors here. Dogman knows it can do it, getting a little close, giving it that impression of being a lot more aggressive. And the copy here from Nook is going to try to set them up if you can here, but they have to wait, try to force this out, as Cal also has that judgment. Doom flying around here, being on the Hella, but after losing out on impunity, it's one more re-engagement from Shroud X.
This is going to be so tough for Shroud X. Month has their straddle. Nero's close. Fidel.
Are you doing comp right after? Yeah. I'm doing like a lot of comp.
Lacking here. 13 seconds left. Don't know why they had the pushback there. They had to use the Luna ult. This could spell danger for them. And
oh no, bro. Oh no. One group missed their ult, bro.
No connection, but Vision does get a pick. Make it 2. Can he do 3? Yes, sir. Make it 4.
Oh no, bro. Vision is cooking right now.
And that's without having to expend those support ultimates, because Shroud X using that Loki ultimate could have literally been their lost condition here with Envy having so many answers. Vision clearing the way, making everybody see clearly now as they get this checkpoint off of that insane Final Judgment.
They're addicted. They're addicted to last minute pushing. I can't. It kills me, but they love it. They thrive off it. Vision with the 4-piece and the team wipe to follow. Incredible. They have a minute left. Now Envy had the exact same amount of time. They got it done. Can they match?
Yeah. Dongman's wait, did he miss another one, chat? Dongman's Doctor Strange is literally Dr. Dong, but his Magneto is Dr. Miss, bro. Dong Miss. Yeah, I like that. Dong Miss.
The other side of Envy, as they do have Nero with the fate of both worlds. Month slowly approaching the invisible boundary as Vision's just trying to delete these brute walls.
Yep, this is going to come down to the one big ultimate team fight here. Infinity War happening right before your eyes. We've got the Omega Hurricane opening up, raining down. Kalush getting Vision out, the big threat early in the fight. Kalush going up with the meteors.
Nice E. At least he blocked it. Nice E.
Is going to go up the top, try to find a flank angle. Dogman being pushed back. 30 seconds left, Vicky. They've got Nut, Impunity ready to lock and load.
But the way that Doom tried to get that plan out just to try to force these ultimates out of Envy, he didn't force it out. Instead, now we get just raw meat.
Wait, there's no way he was actually getting that kill.
Are you kidding me? wait. The opened up now with Vision and this judgment here, just forcing everyone
Yeah,
back
but
with a
they
huge
used
LeBron.
all their ults, chat. Now Envy's gonna come out with 4 ults, bro. It's GG's. No, it's GG's, chat. They used all their ults. They have nothing for this last fight.
They've got 3 on the point, trying to put the pressure on now. They've got every ult to use. They got this is going to be near impossible with Nero. Month to follow. They're going to have to win in the neutral with no ults to show for it. A near impossible performance, but they can do impossible. They saw it against Techie. They can do it now, but here we go. We've got Cal and there. Oh man, the ultimate sweep up.
Yeah, and it's overtime too, so you still have to just linger on that point, and it's going to be nearly impossible when you have that judgment to worry about.
They used all their ults their previous fight.
Of Shroud X after the possible contest that we saw, still staying alive, still stalling though for as long as possible, with nobody.
This is very. I'm happy for Envy. Chat, I'm very happy for Envy, but that means we gotta go to another minimum of 2 games, max of 4.
Of a point, and they want that back, even if they could have saved 1. But Envy shows
it's
they're
2
not going
a.m.
down
chat.
without a fight. Are you not?
If we go to a match 5,
here.
if we go to a match 5, I'm gonna be mad.
0-0
Okay, hold on. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Chance out here,
We don't.
and it's
If
been
we go to a
entertaining
match
to see
5,
these different
bro,
compositions roll out for these teams, working around these bans. As we take a look at the overall scoreboard, Speedery.
Oh, the stats were actually
Speedery
really
show when it
even.
comes to being on that storm. We saw the swap
really
over at the
even,
very
chat.
end when they were trying to desperately recontest. 10 final hits here. Cal though on the Punisher opened up so many avenues, very similar to Vision on the other side.
Yeah, honestly, Cal went from what was it 6k damage to 40k?
Yep.
You know, I'm not an expert,
was upset.
but I think that's the difference. I think that's going to be the difference maker. Yeah, actually looking back, Cal had 5.2k damage, 5 and 4. This time, going the opposite, 30 and 8, 40k damage. That's what you want to see alongside Speedery as they get the job done.
When you asked me, you know, what needs to change out here? Speedery too, like on that Psylocke was like 3 and 4, like night and day here. Of course, domination on that first map could get very chaotic, but they were able to handle this great and just recontesting consistently. They held on to those ultimates. That's despite Shroud X having unleashed everything in their own pockets. But I do feel like there's some wasted ults there at the very end. Looking at Shroud X, the way that they had just rotated through that Loki ult too, they got lucky and still being able to take it over to that next checkpoint, but that could really bite you back and later on in the series.
Yeah, so what they did there is they used Fidel to survive the hurricane in the back line. Doom went up behind them and is throwing thorns down as Kalush sucked those up. Then they were only left with Nuck and Impunity, and then Vision was building his up as they all tried to push forward on the cart, and they used it all. Dogman had an ult in there as well, and Dogman opened up with the Meteor and tried to throw it back. He did get that connection there on Month in the back line, but at that point, then Nuck and Vision had to combine their ults to get the rest of the push, and everything was used.
That was beautiful. Just cycling through that as we take a look at our MVP, Speedery. We've talked to him before and highlighting what he's done with the 30 KOs, 19 final hits. Speedery was together here with Cal, and the way that they both were just cycling through not only their ultimates, but it was a lot of forced backline ultimates that was put into place to enable one another.
Yeah, could have said it better myself. Again, we saw when this team had their backs against the wall in the group stage, what they did is they just pocketed Speedery and tried to do everything they could with one of the best in the game in the duelist position. But on the opposition, Shroud X, they're not going down easy either. It's a 1-to-1 right now, guys. An absolute crazy fight. And listen, I don't know, that technical pause helped them get a lot of momentum back. They had the raw speech there as we took our bliss break. But yeah, this is going to be a close one now. Shroud X gets to pick the map.
Yeah, these meteors, they were just hitting on these ghosts, I guess. They weren't finding its mark, honestly. Even though the survivability was there from Fidel and the healing output from Nook was fantastic too. But those were game-winning moments into landing these ultimates. We did see at the very end, just like yeeting that one meteor onto Month, which was insane. But to use everything before you get to the very end, that's what stalled them just a little bit as we go into a tied series.
All night long, as you've been saying, I picked the wrong day to wear a suit, Vicky. I mean, at this point, we got 8-9 hours. I gotta go put a tank top on. I went surfing this morning too. We got a long one. I had the wrong decisions made today as I've been amped up for hours here. Shroud X, all with the cause of it, guys. Don't go anywhere. We've got a great matchup coming up. As you know, map number 3. We're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna see you guys in just a second.
Wait, they didn't do a break? This whole time they didn't do a break?
Struck down by living cheek.
What were they talking about this whole time when I was in the bathroom? Uh-oh, wait a minute. I've never heard this song before. This might be this might be a banger. Yo, is it okay if I do that real quick? We listened to the same song for 17 hours, chat. We listened to the same song for 17 hours, bro. Let's do it again. Dude, bro, Marvel Rivals needs to take some of the $3 million and just make new songs, bro. No, bro, they need it. Bro, what level of fishing are you? I am almost halfway to 88. I gained 243,000 experience today, and I'm getting about almost 15,000 experience an hour. I've been fishing for, I think, like 17 hours. Didn't you start at 87 today? I don't think so. No, I hit 87 today. How do you do it while you're AFK? What do you mean, how do I do it when I'm AFK? When I go to the bathroom, I don't fish, but when I'm here watching the games, I'm fishing. I think I started at like 85. Now I'm 87 and a half. Yeah, these are taking a long time, man. Yeah, I've been yeah, bro, man. I hope I don't know who's gonna do it. I just hope that whoever wins is gonna win the next two maps, chat. Did you miss Overwatch? I don't know what that. I played Overwatch like 2 days ago. I don't know what that means.
Destiny and our fate. I mean, we've heard that song a lot, but how fitting between these two teams fighting for legacy and their ticket to China and land. You heard it before. We're gonna hear it until we can book it. And Shroud X, Envy.
Wait, dude, I tried to watch one Asia match yesterday, but the break was like 20 minutes instead of 3 minutes here, and then they yapped for 10 more minutes, and I just went to bed. Wait, what happened? Did you ever figure out what happened?
Past 2 a.m. Except for one of these teams, at the very least, going into map number 3 and seeing how that's going to shape up. We had a very similar situation, although Shroud
Hi there. Hi, new from YouTube. Yo, what's up, Ass Muncher?
But they did the reversal, and guess where it started? It started on this upcoming map that we're moving on to next.
Absolutely, and you bring up a great point at 2 a.m. Yeah, we're casting it late into the night. You guys are watching late into the night, but imagine playing for this kind of money, stakes, into this late of the night. It's crazy, but you know what they say? These are gamers. They fuel themselves are the late peak hours, the gamer hours.
Nah,
the
breaks
hours.
Are not supposed to be that long, man.
This is how you actually get most of your
points. Chat.
Usually, you know, you give it the 3-game rules. I always say if you lose 3 in a row, you got to hop off, but usually you get your high moments in finding that success as the double Emma.
Let's see what happens. Woo!
For wins begin.
Yeah, chat. I'm gonna be honest with you. As soon as these games end, I'm probably just gonna. I'm not even gonna wait for the intro. I'm sorry. I mean the outro or the fucking the interview. I'm not. I'm not, bro.
Every second of it as he flipped the script back This team is fully loaded. I cannot tell you guys enough. Shroud X coming off that win, insane, that momentum, but Envy is one of the biggest bad guys to go up against here. As we look at the pick bans, they're the exact same so far. Vicky, do we see any change?
Wait, they are just opening cases.
Oh, they said no more of that Wolverine. I mean, something else that really helped Envy is just putting a lot of that focus into boosting up Cal being on that Punisher, while the Loki ban being hovered over, and then the Mantis ban, no res comp. Both of these teams ready on what they want to pull the trigger on.
Yeah, the triple res comp is way too good on this map. This map's already hard enough to get that first cap. Trying to get it done twice, that is just, it's a task that not a lot of teams or anyone can do here. As now we've got the Loki save, Nuck getting Loki. That's a big one there. Definitely going to help them out as we get the Hulk ban, and that is because we did see Namor and that Moby Dick of the century come down on this exact map.
They did their homework. That's literally what changed everything. Together with the Hulk and the Namor, right after you get the payload moving, was a big change up.
Bro, I can't understand. I went to go see if he was like watching his watching his team, and then I just clicked. Bro, how do they sit there and just open cases? I just don't understand.
Yeah, like that.
MP, appreciate it at 51 months. I appreciate it.
So important now.
That doesn't seem fun.
Man, this time, and you would think they would after just how perfect that was for them. And Cal is not going to be able to play
Jay3.
So at this point in time,
what are your words of wisdom for those who are watching at 2 a.m.? Go to bed. That's my wisdom.
You know, those Vanguard strengths even better.
Kawami, appreciate the massive get this up.
I mean, having both collusion dogs
to
and some
Emma
of
Thigh.
getting the Strange back, and it made it entertaining because the portal backs and stuff. You had to win the fight right there, right now. We saw that happen, right, with Shroud X at the end. They had no way to get back to the point fast enough here. As we push ourselves into greatness, the land of Vibranium, Wakanda is going to decide map number 3 for one of these teams with all the momentum on their side, going up 2 in the series to get their land history made.
Jay, are you still live?
Let's get this started right now.
Yep.
It's been a pretty crazy battle to see.
No, hopefully whoever wins this, I hope they win the next one too. That's all I'm saying.
But the chat has spoken, and they have 65% in favor for Shroud X.
Wow, here we go, guys.
I'm running out of energy to give these teams, chat. I'm running out of energy to give these teams.
The adrenaline that's been going through Shroud X's veins now for the course of hours has been insanity. Now, Window with the callouts quickly.
Who are you rooting for this series? Who am I rooting for? Whoever wins.
Window, we talk about all the time. His flexibility in the tank role is
at this point, whoever wins.
Literally could do the fastball special, Groot, Mad,
please.
Venom, even, you know, seen a little bit of a look at the Jeff.
I'm rooting for whoever makes this the shortest series.
As we still see Envy rolling up with the triple support, and that's when you don't ban that Mantis too. Envy trying to play into those strengths. Nice way to just hide away while a lot of this poke pressure is coming out to build into these ultimates.
All right, we have Kalush pushing forward here. Defense is up. Lanterns are out now. And right now, really, the momentum is all for Shroud X as they do a good defensive effort. The Window trying to look to change that, dive that backline. Nero so lethal on Ultron and the villain that he is.
How have you been playing RuneScape for Jay? How long? I mean, I've been playing it since the game came out when I was a kid, but on this account, I have no idea. I usually only play this account when I'm doing watch parties because my brain needs to be doing something. It's like my
the recontest happens, they're gonna just stall for as long as possible. Nook's about to have that Loki ult flying to the skies, though. It's gonna be Dogman here as he tries to cut them off. Nero
Super Surfers or something.
As Shroud X now trying to re-engage, nobody left though on the point as Envy get to walk it for free.
Yeah, it's a tough call, right? Because as Dogman, you're the one on the point, keeping it stalled, but you have to protect your team as Strange, right? Put the shield up on Nero. So had to make that decision, left it available, and that was an easy push for Envy.
And they have 3 ultimates too with the, I mean, actually they have everybody's ultimate online. All right, Windows, just giving it a little shake real quick, being on that Venom, waiting to pounce right on time, maybe trying to force out some of those backline supports because the Fidel and Nook both have those ultimates online, and Doomed finding Speedery even bigger. No Dance of the Butterflies here to start the engagement.
Yeah, gonna have to get staggers just like that with 4 minutes on the clock. Shroud X2 ult economy was not a good way. They ended it on the last one. They're gonna have to use every last drop of.
Is it always third person? Can you go first person? No, it's always third person.
Fully ready for a major fight.
I don't know. Look. The fact that Vision's just floating right underneath window. Jump scare time here. Find the backline, but of course, this is what happens when you have a Loki. You force out the lanterns, which is even better though. And this is the green light. Speedery with the dance of butterflies, doomed to try to enter back.
Oh wow, what a stun, but he still was able to get that stun off.
Coming in even bigger. Impunity does get rid of Cal though after that stun.
Oh, they didn't ban Dongmin's Doctor Strange. I really want to know why they let it through.
And Month had just used the fate of both worlds.
What? That could have been a lot more deadly if that stun didn't happen. Insane job, and honestly impressive of Shroud X able to still get that win on that, because it was really all envy there momentum-wise as that started. But we have Nuck now. They used a lot. Both teams did at that. Cal does have that ult ready. Nero can follow, and at this point, Nuck, though, fresh out of the ult.
I'm pretty sure.
Used a lot. Even if it was interrupted from Doctor
Strange. I'm pretty sure
Cal and Nero
both of these teams are probably like gamers chat, so they probably stay up at 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. and go to bed at like 6 a.m. But I'm a zombie right now. I don't know if these guys are also playing like a zombie, but or maybe they're not, because they have $250,000 on the line, and they're also having a LAN on a line. But bro, I'd be a zombie right now if I was playing.
The way that they can, both healing and damage-wise, as we have Doom going off with the Silex slash and dash. We've been calling it the dance execution.
The land's in China.
He does get the pick on Cal to get things started.
Basically the same place where Overwatch just had their last LAN. Hangzhou or Hangzhou.
And then followed up with
I don't know, I can't.
That's 2 supports. Can we make it 3 here? Cal coming right back over as Vision also follows up after the extermination, and they didn't really have to expend too much. Fidel is going to be able to come right back in with the fate of both worlds, as well as Impunity and Dogman.
That crazy trade there, because Doom had no health. I don't know how he flipped so quick on Speedery. That was insane, but as we've seen, it's click, click, boom with Psylocke, able to get the combos done so quickly. 4 minutes on the clock, chop down to 2.
This guy is chewing gum or something at 2 a.m. still. Jesus.
Window got cut out. They finally caught him out. Now you see me, now you don't. He's still committed, by the way, jumping right in. He's gonna be forced to pop that. Yeah, he's completely done. He already.
Wow, that guy just fell over.
At that point, they deleted him, stopped any sort of direct attempt. But really, the goal was just to force out the lamps.
Yeah, that guy just got deleted.
But unfortunately, also the grave there. Here, Cal going over with the wolves to slice and dice. Impunity's been doing such a great job here, so that's going to go to finish that. At that point, we've got ults ready. The Agamotto, can they get the stun off again? There's no chance now. Month with the dance floor to at least counter one of the onslaughts. It's going to come down to the pick.
With a significant change, though, looking at Envy, Window now being over to the group, having that chance. That's why they kind of went back on those ultimates, as Impunity brings everyone together. Great wall set up by Window as Month.
Tiz, appreciate a massive 12 months, my friend.
Ultra with the fate of both worlds. The Eye of Agamotto jumps in, does find Window, but the reset on the health, as Window will be.
Hey, 1 whole year. Appreciate you doing the switch as well. Oh, nice kidnap.
It's chain CC with these AoEs here, following up as Cal finds Impunity. Dogman goes out next. Double Vanguard out from Shroud X as Envy hold forward.
Every ability used, ult after ult. The limb feed could barely keep up with it. Both of them dropping it, but it was Envy who decisively took it as Speedery is pushed all the way into this spawn.
Man, making these changes at the right time. This is how you have to be aware, you know, when you feel like it's not working, you don't have to stick to your guns. You got to make some swaps, and that's what we saw even with Window being sneaky on that Venom earlier. Dude now moving up on that torch.
Pulp and orange juice is delicious, chat. I don't understand how people get no pulp.
That Luna Snow, while they continue to keep trying to pressure out Dude over to the side.
Yeah, forget tickets in China. They booked tickets straight to the Shadow Realm.
How long has been how long has the NA been going? NA has been going for 9 hours.
30 seconds left. Shroud X doing a great job on the initial onslaught, but they've got a lot to deal with if you're going to stop this team. But Dogman getting the job done first here, getting rid of Speedery.
Doom jumping right back in to build into that supernova here. Nook with that Loki ult. Impunity with the group hug on the group. Strangling Prison looking to try to match that with Window on the other side, and Monk will at least have the fate of both worlds in this next engagement.
Window now trying to get that pressure early. There's a minute and 2 seconds
Kwame,
left
no,
now.
I didn't,
Remember,
my
both
friend.
teams this time around
I got it. Don't
can
worry
get some
about it.
Strange on strange happening here. Window pushing forward. Dogman can counter. It's going to come down to 50 seconds. Both teams, this is a big momentum changer. Will they let it slip now as the dance floor drops? Speedery, we know what he can do. He's going to go in with the dance. Trying to get those
Oh, wow.
early.
He got his
Up the top,
Groot
you can
8,
see him.
Groot
He's
ult
looking
8.
for the elite.
Oh, that looks around, breaking his neck to find here. Are you kidding me? Vision then walks up and they mop the floor, clean up on aisle 3. Envy needs some help, and now you got less than 30 seconds to re-engage with these ultimates.
Yeah, but the same result, different map. They used all their ultimates. They're going to have the strange portal to go in and look. Envy has all theirs, and they're not going to have anything to count. And this is the same story, Vicky.
History repeats itself now, jumping into just a different form of another map, though. Looking right behind them, make sure that they're safe. Look who's set up in the back. It's going to be Vision on this Punisher. Cal being on this Wolverine, pushing in with the pathing of the Eternal Bond just to help them out and clearing up this space. But that's going to be the entry point as Snook is slowly approaching that Loki ult. Tries to slice and dice. Window.
Wait, they capped, chat. They capped. Now,
I can't.
that was a great push.
If he can live through that,
I pray to God.
Dogman, you can see he's like about to
Envy
protect
full
his team,
holds
looks back.
so we can speed this process
The
up.
objective as
How
Envy
amazing would it be
decisively
if Envy
cuts
just like
through the time,
full held?
gets 3 points and shows who they are.
No way when he got up in that moment. No, not another Shroud 9.
I can't even process. I mean, you know, Cal lifting them all up in the air, he did push them all back. That was a lot. The Meteor going in to save. The Lanterns were already doing that, though. Nuck then
If Shroud
got,
wins this, it wouldn't be over.
Of getting his ult.
Wait, this is over. Wouldn't be that better?
Put up another fight.
Yeah,
That's a tough
that'll
one.
be good. Shroud's not even watching, bro. Shroud is too busy opening boxes and talking with Tim and Nate Shot.
Gotta go
If you're an
next.
Envy fan.
Yeah. If you're an Envy fan, you're out here. But I feel like the slow pan from Dogman while he had the
What's up,
meteor in his
Boba? I'm
hand,
sorry.
and then the
We'll go to bed
realization of the
soon,
screen just
baby. We'll go to
slowing
bed
down.
soon.
That's so good.
Yeah, that was literally it caught in 4K. Vision, by the way, has only gone down once. So Vision absolutely on fire. And that was after making some swaps too, right? Because I believe we did see the Ultron at one point. Seeing that flexibility while looking on the other side, Envy maybe rolling out with something similar with the triple support.
Now, something we haven't even talked about because we've been so quick to go this match, but this is so
Why do
huge.
these streams only
Window
go back to
was
12
on
hours?
Shroud
Because
X way back
YouTube
when
only
Danny MRI, the
YouTube
teams
VODs
announced
only
it when
hold 12
Shroud
hours.
signed them. Window
If you want the
then,
full
there was
17-hour
all these
VOD, you're gonna have to
original
come to my
members
Twitch.
were on Shroud X, there's just subbins, and that's what's so cool about this is they're playing former teammates at that as well as the ticket. One teammate gets to go to LAN or teammates, other does not. 0-3 right now is the story. Can Shroud X come back?
I'm so glad you brought that up because it's like an old family reunion, right? Like Gator was the coach for this team before leaving just a few months ago to go to Envy alongside Window. So, you know, having some recognition from the past on both strengths and weaknesses for both these teams.
Is this the
It adds
final
a little
team matchup for the day? Yes.
To this matchup specifically, as you see Doom taking to the skies here, still adding on to some of that ult charge before getting that finishing blow onto Speedery and maybe make it two with Nero literally one shot.
Oh my gosh.
Can I watch the VOD without being a sub on your Twitch? Yes. Also, if you want to watch all the matches, if you give it a little bit of time, my editors are going to put all the matches on my second YouTube channel.
And a perfect cap. You even look better than Envy. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to push.
I love getting on the left side right here on these statues, by the way. You just get away with all the damage output, controlling good amount of space here from the skies. Doom's about to get that supernova. Nook with the Loki ult alongside Fidel to have those, 24 seconds of immortality basically to work alongside. Envy, though, and Cal having this Mantis has been fantastic, and you have all triple support ultimates online.
Let's see if they can use better ult economy yet again. That has been their poison now as Nero gets the early pick on Nuck. That's going to open a lot up now. Fidel forced to ult to keep the team alive, but also using the damage boost. And wow, the slam down. They somehow lived through that. Oh my gosh.
God, I hate that horn on that skin. I don't know why.
He goes up, he goes down. He hasn't gotten a lot of these connections. He misses that one. Unfortunately, on this map, Speedery trying to get the back line, but Vision finds the best of him.
That was Vision that just melted down that meteor attempt. Like, did not even give it a chance to leave out of his hands, really. The supernova after a flanking attempt now, as the Eye of Agamotto from Kalush doesn't find its mark. It's blocked off here, now dancing right through the face of both
Wow,
walls after
that guy
forcing
died
out
right
and
through that
followed up
fucking...
with
Wow.
Dogman. That's a big pick here, forcing the rest of Envy to back away.
playing with anger. We've seen this team with the backs far against the wall. The wall was broken, and they came back here as again Doom trying to hunt down Nero. See Speeder up top, and Speeder trying to get something rolling for this team. He can put it on his back often here. Nero though, execution out, extermination pushing forward, and the team to follow.
Allow them to reclaim the space at the very least. Doom's backing away. Fidel will have the fate of both worlds to just try to negate any of these ultimates that Envy will have coming up on that next rotation, and Impunity to group all of them together. That may be the wobble combo between Vision, Fidel, and Impunity.
Oh, wow, Dude trying to get the best of Nero, but instead the whole team flips on him, but they forgot about the Punisher. Vision, 2020. Does he get the connection? No, but the bubble pops and Window gets nothing from it. Moral victory, but nothing. Oh man, that's rough here as now they clean
wow,
up
what
a
a
couple of the
hold.
scraps and push it
What
all
a
the way to
hold. They
finish the
still have
rest.
to hold for
That's the MVP
3
going to
minutes.
Month,
That's
by the way.
crazy.
Like, Month having the fate of both worlds right on cue to deny all those 3 expensive ultimates for that fight away here as Dupes now tries to make a Hail Mary play with these
Like
portals.
this. I like the 3-minute portal here. It gives them a chance to use it again if they need to at the end. They're going to go in immediately. They've got Nuck to go if they need to get the dance on. Dongmin can get a huge pick on Cal if able to do so here. Pushing in. We've got Doom, who does play a mean Doctor Strange when needed. Extermination being blocked. Whipped away. Dongmin getting the pick.
Wait, Dong actually hit his ult.
Even bigger here, they get the trade and they lose out on Vision. Now the Mantis Surgeons coming in with the ultimate after they had used the extermination. Month coming back. Shroud X now together though don't have aggressive ultimate as Doom with the Eye of Agamotto.
Or Month is coming back, and it looks like the spawn has flipped. Like, yeah, completely here as the Blues on the defense, but they're on the offense here, pushing forward, teams trading, and at this point, Month, though, somehow slipped them through. Speeder going up, going down, the dance and the butterflies go out, trigger for Dell to get it on, and now we've got Window. He's missed a few, connects, does not get anything from it here. Doom's got the Agamotto, gonna be able to do a lot from it. Impunity throwing it out, getting nothing from it. They want that one back, Vic.
It was a beautiful.
Wow, what a freeze. What a freeze, bro. What a fucking freeze.
Lose out on the Loki, who was going to have the God of Mischief for the end of that fight for as long as it went. And you talked about it, they split places. Now playing Ring Around the Rosie on the other side of the cart.
A minute and 20 seconds wiped from the clock instantly. Looking at the ult economy, which has been the story of this matchup so far. It's pretty neck and neck.
These Luna snows are disgusting, dude.
Cal and Month both have their strategists. The defense is going to be stout here. Dongmin, though, how fitting, Vicky. It comes down to can he nail a meteor in?
A lot of pressure to put sometimes on a lot of the with veto plays that we've seen over the course of this playoff, but this is the opportunity. You got a minute, 10 seconds on the clock to try to get to this next checkpoint. You got 3 ultimates, about to be 4 online here too, as Nook gets the copy in the God of Mischief, and we still see this aerial battle between Nero and Doomed.
Nook has that copy still, waiting to use it at the opportune time. He's gonna have to, and then they're gonna have to initiate with that here, and there it is, the grand finale. Can this be their finale as they push in?
Jay, what are your thoughts on Necros' team not making it? Unfortunate.
Damage boost out. Show up here from Month to put up the slicing dice in the back line. Fidel gonna be forced to use it. No,
damn, Envy really wants to win this. Envy really wants to win this. They had a great, what was it, like a 5-minute hold here, chat? That's crazy. They went from like, they were like a few meters away from losing it to actually holding this.
Also having the answer that they need.
Envy didn't use much there too.
It did it. Your Envy only had used up those 2 ultimates just to stay alive, and Doom does have that supernova cozy.
All right, guys, it comes down to this 2-1. It's about to be for one of these teams here. Is it Shroud? Is it Envy here as the Agamotto opens things up? We've got the Executioner from Vision Justice. Wow, getting all 3 of them with the Nero pick to open things up. That's going to be massive now. We've got Cal ulting with Window. Window not connecting. That's massive.
And Donovan missed his ult again.
Down the tornadoes, connecting in, getting Cal out, and Cal's going to follow. It's a funeral.
Wow, Envy had like 4 or 5 ults for this fight too, and they just lost it.
Gotta think about the fire extinguisher to worry about this.
It's fine, chat. A minute and a half for 3rd phase.
To activate the supernova to get this checkpoint. We are still alive here. Shroud X, an extra time added to the time bank. A minute now and 20 seconds on the clock.
Ice in the veins. We've seen Shroud X. I mean, they've done it with a pixel left, so of course they're gonna do it with way more than that here, and they remember to stay on points. Always good too, as now a team pushing in. Doom throwing down, trying to get that pressure early. Only 1 minute and 5 seconds. Ult economy, Vicky. They've got they've got Nuck. That's about it with Vision they can combine, but the good news is Envy used a lot there too. Even more.
They can't use too much here if you're Shroud X. You don't want to have a repetition of what just happened in our basically last 2 series, or rather our last 2 maps here. Speedery forced to back away after utilizing the dance of butterflies. Impunity moving forward doesn't have the group hug from the group, but Nook and Fidel will be able to rotate through these ultimates, and now Nook uses it immediately. Fate of both worlds here, rather, on the other side. Monks are trying to match out on the dance off here, and with Vision having that
what another freeze. Fidel, what an insane fucking freeze, man. What's up, Skills? Yeah, what's up, Omar?
Massive freeze that shut things down, and the big difference is Vision.
What these are in some insane freezes from these Lunas.
But they're gonna have to win one more fight. The difference this time, Vicky, Fidel, Impunity, Doom fully loaded, and Dongmin, how fitting, 98%.
Actually cycling and staggering on these ults. This is where it comes down to everything. Overtime taking away, and look at Doom's
no way. What a steal. What a grab.
Pick on the Wolverine, but the Magneto bubble actually saves dudes.
Incredible job there, but now they've got to worry about the ult as they throw up. Dogman throws down and does not get the connection there. Window does the same, misses his former team. Fidel's got the dance to keep the team alive. There's not a lot left. Speedery going for the back line. Lantus has been used. Agamotto's close. That was huge. As he capitalizes and Cal cleans up the strats. And it looks like they're going to be taking this 2-1.
Oh my god.
Envy over Shroud with 1 game left.
My god. Oh my god, please. Please, Envy. Please win your next game. Envy. I am not trying. Listen, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Shroud X. They're a great team. They're playing their heart out right now, and I respect that. They're doing fantastic. But for the love of God, I just want to go to sleep.
Freeze tag the whole time, and then when it's needed.
Professor J, what happened? Please explain. You guys want me to explain it to you guys? I'll explain it to you guys. This is what happened. This is what happened.
The stats here and across the board, it's like, oh man, Shroud X, they played well there, but you can't stop the talent on Envy's side. Again, it's these vanguards. Look at it. It's like mirror stats: 26-6, 27-7, 6 final hits, 30k damage a pop. These 2 guys, they don't get enough credit on Envy.
Yeah, it was so close. Even looking on the other side too, like you have 11 final hits, 12 final hits if you're both Doomed and Vision. Doomed was creating so much space on this torch, moving all the way up, trying to harass them in their spawn room doors, especially when you play Ring Around the Rosie at that specific spawn around those corridors, and then creating that space when you got nothing originally. You have used up all your ultimates. They started cycling through it a lot better, but that Eye of Agamotto was a nail in the coffin in favor
and from
crashing out. I'm not crashing out.
This guy, 25k damage on the Ultron. Always just taking people's attention up, always putting pressure out and coming up clutch. Just an insane job from every role here, and Speedery,
come on,
just cleaning up. It was one or the other.
They get 8. No. Wait, what happened?
Point there. Play Mantis the whole time. That was also just great, quick game plans and adjustments.
And Cal had gotten like 2 ultimate interruptions.
I got you.
We saw at the very end, it was very brief, but I believe actually Nook in the middle of the Loki ult activation got stunned by Mantis, as well as what we had seen from, I believe it was Dogman, when Dogman was on that
Why
stream.
do people think that
2
works
very big impactful moments there
grow
for
their stream?
Envy,
I don't
specifically
know
when they were on that Mantis pick. And you talk about damage output, Nero with a 25k, Cal with those swaps over with a 24k. So they were all in unison, rotating through those ultimates.
And look where the point is right there. If they didn't use everything,
I come back to turn off your VOD channel and you're still live. Bro, chat. There's one more game.
The strategist ult being used whenever Shroud X on defense, they want that one back.
There's one more game, chat. There's one more game. It's fine. It's almost done. It's almost done. Hopefully, Envy wins this.
Man, I can't speak. This guy's he makes me speechless here, Vicky.
Not surprised, especially with how far we're going right now in this series. Envy, they lost out on that very first map, now turning things around way in their favor. It was Hell's Heaven where they met their demise, but going forward, man, map 2, map 3, it's in the bag for Envy. And I feel like the #1 key thing, I have to reiterate, because it was something that we highlighted at the end of map number 2. The way that the ult rotations here for Shroud X has caused them to lose fights that they otherwise would win, truly. But when you have no support ultimate to deal with an onslaught of damage, whether it be from you know, that final judgment or even taken to the skies, like it's difficult. It's difficult to stay alive. You're just playing in the straight neutral.
Yeah, and I mean, first of all, too, I want to highlight Cal getting that kidnap insane there, forcing Bubbles out. But yeah, I mean, Speeder, all he had to do is use his ult to stop that one fight. They had all their ults ready. They didn't have to do a lot, and that was the big difference often. It felt like all they needed to do is drop the beat in the vision, but oftentimes everything followed with it, and it was definitely rough. They want that one back, but hey, listen, it's 2-1, and for some reason, this is Shroud X comfort zone. This is where they want to be, right, guys? And this is where you want to be. Don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to go to match number 4 right after this break. Envy can punch their ticket to China.
It's 1 a.m. for you, right? It is 2:30 a.m. for me. Did Zero Tenacity win out? To be honest with you, I don't even remember at this point. I think so. I don't know. What's up, Funky? Sorry, sending love from Sorlock. Hey, WWW. It is currently 2:30 a.m. You know, I was gonna actually wake up a little earlier to try to get on earlier tomorrow. Chat, I think I'm gonna say fuck that. If you don't mind me, I'm gonna use this stream to get the Galactica spray. Bro, I've been live for 17 and a half hours. If you came here in the beginning of the stream, you could have got that skin like 3 times over, I think. Yeah, almost 18 hours. That's fine, chat. Envy's gonna win the next game, and then it's gonna be GG's. Someone that said, did J3's knees give out? What the hell? Jay, can you help me hit plat and gold 1? No. Come on. They're so close, chat. They're so close, man. They're so close. Cal just needs to fucking finish this. Does it go to a game 5? This, I hope not, bro. Please don't let this go to a game 5. Please don't let this go to a game 5. I need a new song? No, man. This is my favorite song. Oh.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back. It might be late, but I'm gassed because we have a fire matchup here going into match 4. And again, the modes, the maps, they reset. We've been with you now for 3 weeks strong, Vicky, and it comes down to one team punching their last ticket. This is the last team to qualify.
Is it starting?
Good land.
I'm not surprised that it's going the distance, okay? Because when you have some of the best teams in the world
just a nice little
here,
casual
specifically
7'9"
though in Americas, in the playoffs, this is the result that you get. We are going the distance. It's 2:30 in the morning here on the East Coast, and Envy, with a turnaround, have taken map number 2, they've taken map number 3, and they're just one game away from punching their ticket into going to China.
It's Envy. It's Shroud X. Who will change their destiny and their legacy? It's all on Wakanda domination, where anything can happen. In map 1, looked pretty dominant for Shroud X on the Dom.
All right. Gonna looks very similar to the start of our ban system, being able to put that save onto the Magneto. How powerful it is. Both teams probably gonna have that Magneto available to them as we get to take a look on the other side, man. These Magneto bubbles have been coming in clutch. So Doctor Strange, though, too, which is something that was changed up from our last map specifically. The torch is off the table. Again, something else that we keep seeing. They're not letting Envy get away with that.
Absolutely, here as we head into what has been a lot of the same here in the strategy phase. And right now, it's Wolverine out. Doom does not get his wolf. They've given Cal that option multiple times. We'll see if it happens again. I can almost promise you, yeah, it's gonna be Punisher into Mantis potentially. We've seen now Vision really rely on this Punisher's final judgment oftentimes, but he can play a lot here. Do they give him the Hulk though? Then they can swap over to Namor. They've got the triple res. They can only ban one more thing, Vic.
Ooh, that's a good point. Seeing what they're lingering around, as the safety pick is going to prioritize that Loki. So it's the same case here for Shroud X. They saved the Loki, they saved the Magneto. Now looking onto the other side, what that final ban is going to be the Mantis to prevent the res comp as they hovered over it. Wondering if that's what they're going to stick to. Yep.
And it is. So they do open up the comp for Namor. And hey, at the last second, King of the Sea, can he bring this to 2 versus 2? In the match score here, final save, it's going to go to Doctor Strange. And how could you not after what Kalush did?
Very big comfort, both these teams, when it comes to that Doctor Strange, honestly. So that final ban is going to be able to come through and see what we're leaning towards, because Shroud X right now on their last legs, literally in this lower bracket semifinals. It's this next series here. You have to win this to make it over to land. That's what we keep highlighting, because when you look at the upper bracket finals, those two teams, they made it already. They just have to look at that big money bags to see where they want to situate themselves in.
Let's see this.
And now this time, though, it's not even just about the prize pool.
I just
it's also about competing, making history for our rivals.
Cups of coffee and drinking all, and I'm ready to do another 18 hours. Let's get it.
Everybody else locked into their comfort picks, and there's the Vision.
Thank you, Rin.
On Namor with the Hulk, guys. We've got the Gamma Squids coming out, and it was terrifying.
Oh my God! Thank God, chat. Thank God. Thank God. This map is domination. It's gonna be fast. It's gonna be fast.
This could be it for
Please. Please.
Thanos snapped off of this map here as we
it's
move
going to be
right
a fast
back
game.
over to Wakanda onto Brilliant T'Challa as we get to see the chat Preds chat.
Wow.
Thank you guys for staying with us. We know it's late in certain parts of the world right now, but the gaming never stops, especially the grind at night here. Shroud X, the chat has spoken here, Cozy. They expect Shroud X to take it 58% this game.
Come on, Shroud X. I'm banning everyone that votes for Shroud X.
As we see both bands rocking out
it would be crazy to see 3 games go back to back to back to the match 5. That would be crazy, but chat, for all of us in chat, I'm sure I say this for all of us. Let's
gaze down.
Let's go to bed.
Panther himself, and we've seen this often. We've got the Strange Portal going right to the team. I think both are going to meet each other here going in.
Right off the rip, by the way, you talked about the Hulk here.
Just slept the full 8 hours and bro's still streaming. Yeah, I'm gonna ban you
Vision on the Namor, and Shroud X themselves said
for bragging about that you slept 8 hours when I'm still going.
Here. So this is gonna be a different pacemaker against Envy.
Look at the mirror portals. They both have the same game plan to the T going in there as Kalush is pushing in Impunity, jumping back, and they knew what to expect here. Cal on Hela. We have to see what he can do because map 1 was not it. He wants to see if he can get this team and punch their way through. Now Cal trying to go for some quick picks with the Thorns. Everything on the line here. We've got Shroud getting the point. They're halfway. 3-4 now pushing in, but Kalush says not if anything I can do now as he shoves in the Sorcerer Supreme whip slash magic and pop as he takes down Dogman. Window to follow with him, and right now it's close. The momentum has changed. Vicky now going in favor of Envy.
see him, watch him whip.
Oh my God, chat.
Real quick while holding forward to control
good shit, Kaluge. Good shit, Envy. Good shit.
First team fight win, which by the way took a little bit. Allows Envy to
wait, Doomed was able to get a kill before he, what do you call it? Got out. Good shit.
Before trying to get back to the rest of their team.
Huge from Kaluge. Look at that accuracy. Even it's so crazy to me. As now looking at the ult economy where the fights matter, we do have both dance and butterflies happening.
I want another Cal interview. Chat, we're not going to see another interview. As soon as this game's done, the game's over, I'm not watching the interview. I'm going to bed.
Going to obviously help their team alive. Speeder, that's their job, though, just to get that out here, and it's going to be an even fight.
As soon as I hit my bed, bro, I know I'm going to pass out.
Both of these teams, though, on the
Luna fell off the map because she didn't want to stagger and she wanted to regroup with her teammates. And also, if you fall off the map, you don't only feed ult charge and give the other team ult charge.
Great timing, because now you can use the dance of the butterfly, but it was answered right back from Fidel, who has the counter with the ultimate. They pull him right back in. Speeder ain't nowhere to run.
How many subs to stay up 24 hours?
5,000. Getting blocked out slightly with that shield.
Wow, what a fucking Kobe. Wow, Cal also getting the invis. Oh, Cal getting the invis person and
While Cal takes to the sky, gets the 2K. Speedery nailing the coffin. It's gonna be another team fight win. Look at this.
Maybe Shroud's team is going tired. Maybe they're getting tired.
Counter ult on top of it all.
Cal says, put me in, coach, and he shows what he can do, shooting threes with the thorns from the sky, from the ground, getting the job done. Month has the invisible boundary to keep the team alive. It's going to come down. Can Doom get these picks? Love the swap to Vision here to have the challenge. 93, 94. This is land on the line, and Speeder hit the trade on Doom.
Oh, before they try to push in, they force out the overtime. Impunity.
Can Vision or Dongmin carry?
Down first. It's just so big here as Envy gets to wrap around. Kaluge has the Eye of Agamotto. Impunity now moving to the side, yeets out the meteor. They try to sandwich the player in the middle, but doesn't find anybody. While Kaluge's damage output has been on another level.
Window getting pressure there from Vision as they're fighting on the side of the point, going in, meeting in together. Invisible boundary up. Agamotto down. He gets
I don't think they're going to get any kills in that, though.
The connections happen in reverse as Vision flips the script on Speedery. It's ticking by 99%, but Dogman trading Vision. Shroud X gets the point, Vicky. Oh, my God.
It's the fate of both worlds right there that just helped everybody stay alive. The script was flipped.
Come on, Envy. One team win, bro. One team win. One team win.
We've seen this done before. The 0 to 100 takeover, and they still have 3 ultimates in the pocket.
We've been on.
How many teams make it to land? 10.
We continue here.
But only 3 from NA. 3 from NA, 2 from EMEA, 2 from Asia, 2 from China, and 1 from Oceania. Whoever wins this series right here goes to NA. I mean, it goes to China. Whoever wins this series.
He's waiting for the opportunity. He has to back away. The Magneto bubble to help him out, to put him right back to health, boosting into those support ultimates on the other side. While Envy also have an answer. They're about to have 6-man ults ready to go. Month being able to get that just as quickly as the engagement starts. Shroud X backing away because they don't really have as many ults, but they at least have Nook that could get the copy onto Fidel for the fate of both worlds.
Oh, look at Doom versus Speedery up there. Oh, and Doom's gonna go chase Speeder, going for it there. We've got the blades coming out, the execution.
Oh, Envy has 6 ults though. Uh-oh, Shroud X is almost gonna have 6 ults.
Massive pick as he's about to get Meteor and Kaluge, or going down Dogman with the Agamotto, and we've got Cal throwing down the grade.
Damn, a lot of people are missing. Window didn't miss though.
Yeah, the Eye of Agamotto's had eye patches on them instead. It wasn't able to see anything, but I will have to say their Nero with the timing.
Wait, are they going to C9?
Was going to negate the Eye of Agamotto, even if it did land. They get off Envy.
Chat, we might be done before 3 a.m. We might be done before 3 a.m.
is one map of domination away from making history, getting that last ticket, and coming back from adversity. Shroud X has put up an absolute valiant effort thus far, defying odds, but Envy, they
don't jinx it, Jay. Shut up. Chat, I've never jinxed a team in my life.
Look at these stats. Look at this right now. Kalush, 11,000.
Wow, Cal's showing up. Cal's at 12,000 damage, 7 and 1. Damn, and the whole team's doing good. Galush, Window, Speedery, Narrow Month.
Feels so close here, Cozy. Damage output
so's Shroud's team. Shroud X is fucking popping off as well. That was a close game.
Without falling and actually suffering any casualties is even better with these re-engagements.
I just can't tell you enough how insane Kalush is for this team. They went and got their guy. They got their guy. He was on Sentinels. They brought him over to Envy, and he's been every bit worth what they got from him. As now they're pushing forward, both teams portaling to points. This is where you're going to see Shroud X put everything they've got into this. Envy, they can seal it.
Almost a mirror composition too, right? The only difference is that Envy does not have that Loki to work with, whereas Shroud X, they do. They have the high survivability, but they had used up those ultimates early on. Envy looking to wrap around. Kalush slowly approaching the Eye of Agamotto, while Impunity does have that meteor. Tries to find him from the back.
Wow, nice by Impunity. Doomed as well. Dogman, nice.
Put on a show here as Shroud X has to utilize those two ultimates, knowing the importance of claiming that point first.
Oh man, the space ball sword slash special there. That's what you want to see, and it looks Shroud X looking like they did on the first time around on Dom. 10% up. Dongman still has the Agamotto. Nuck getting close as well, but Speedery, we've seen this man do it so many times. Can he get the backline picks here before Nuck and Fidel can charge up?
See with the Dance of Butterflies online here for Speedery. Month approaching that invisible barrier as Dogman is going to try to jump in to try to take control over these backlines with the Eye of Agamotto before the approach comes in. The shield here with the bubble, but you knew who was ready. Cal may have gotten caught, but Cal, or rather Kalush, was waiting for him in the front line to shut down Dogman.
One Strange is the good guy, the other be the zombie. Strange received from the movie. Kalush
God
just
damn, bro, he's beating the shit out of him.
Agamotto, but could not get back to his strategist in time. Now pushing all gas, no brakes. Brakes ripped off the car. Kalush trying to get this point here, and Nuck.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, that's not good, chat. That's not good. Oh, Envy's selling, bro. Envy is selling right now.
63%, tick, tick, tick. Goes the point.
Right there, named down with those thorns, with the death, no instant.
Wow, holy shit, Speedery's insane.
And that was a counter between Cal and then getting to be
holy shit.
On the goddess of death.
This guy's fucking insane at 3 a.m.
Wipes out the team here once again. They reclaim it, but Shroud X at least have that extra progress of 75%.
An orchestra of destruction. Every instrument was set to loud, turned up to 11. Fidel with the dance ready and Impunity. They can get this point back to tie things up, and this is almost bleeding into the third match if they get this, right? Like, if it's 1 point to 1 point, how much ult you have to use to get it, but right now, Shroud X needs to get this one at 75.
Envy, though, looking on. One more round is all they need here to punch their ticket into China, and Shroud X have the ultimate to answer back. Impunity gets saved here. It forces Fidel to have the fate of both worlds, while Cal still has that goddess of death. Take a look at Nook and how Nook is going to be able to get this Loki ult. Now taking to the skies after Vision finds Speedery. This needs to be the retaliation, but Cal in the sky gets dunked in the head by Impunity and the Magneto ult.
And they get the point back too. Impunity's like, I'm hitting something with this, all right? Yeah. Love it. Good job there. He sucks up the thorns, throws it in the face. 84%. They're going to be able to portal in here. They don't have anything to follow, but it's going to be shortly behind. So they have to get picks immediately in here. Agamotto v. Agamotto. Who's going to land theirs? Is it Kalush with the huge? Or is it going to be Dongman who's been hitting them all?
Jack, who's going to win? Dongman or Kalush? Dongman whiffed?
This doesn't land here. Dongman gets immediately punished. That is not what you want to see. The lamps called in from Nook and Kalush is still holding on to their own Eye of Agamotto because they do not want this fight to be expensive. They don't have to expend too much here instead, and Envy get to retake the point.
They actually didn't have to use anything for that.
I'm speechless. I mean, just that's exact opposite of what you want. Portal coming in strong, though, and Envy, though, they didn't use
the portal's
going to
go to the same spot that they just portaled.
Right? Outside of that, though, they've got Month ready to lock and load yet again. Doom close to the Dance of Butterflies. You do have the Thorns coming out any minute, too. It's 60% to 99%. This, with the portal used, could be the last fight that sends Envy to lands. Can they get the job? As I've said many times before, done.
Playing Ring Around the Rosie here. Was able to get the copy earlier before starting the engagement on the Fate of Both Worlds. But they'll slowly also approaching that Fate of Both Worlds themselves just to rotate through that. Kaluj took a lot of damage here.
Oh, come on, man.
Boundary doesn't find its mark with the Magneto ult though.
Wait, chat. Envy wins. Envy wins.
Then follows up, finds Fidel. That's 2 out. Envy's about to retake this.
Oh my god, wait, no. Shroud's coming back.
Vision.
Land in China, but Vision gets the 3. He's going to be able to touch 2.
No.
He gets another. Are you kidding me?
No fucking way. No fucking way.
He got the rest too. They bring the Loki right back with the Hella team up. The overtime taking away.
No one's touching. No one's touching. Oh my god, bro. No. Envy was right there to win, bro. Hey, that was a great play by Shroud.
I just can't believe
Shroud
this.
X, that was a great play by Shroud X, chat. As much as I want to like hate them,
today,
but holy shit, Envy, bro. I mean, that's fuck. What a game.
They were waiting for reverse sweep to finish because we had 2 reverse sweeps back
What
to
a
back.
game,
So
bro.
They were waiting for another one to finish. It was like it felt like 3 hours, honestly, 2 hours or so. Stayed awake, probably were warming up, and they have drank.
No.
No.
You're gonna go to sleep at 4 a.m. No. This is ending here.
Vision wants Shroud to buy a Vision Shroud X jersey. Guess what? The jerseys haven't even been made yet, Viggy. He's like, let's get these puppies made. Let's get to China. It comes down to this to tie the series. I cannot believe the owl. God, there's a pause.
No way. Are you?
There's no.
I can't make this up. How could this happen to me? Oh man.
My. Okay. God, this insanity.
Yeah, Cozy. Reflecting back on what just happened there, like. Players like we need to break real quick. We just need to reassess. Probably maybe a DC. We have to relook at what's going on over there. But this does add in a break for.
Wait, is there a break right now? Oh my
just a little
god,
bit,
technical break.
But it's a hard reset from both sides now at this point.
Get the defibrillators out on both sides. Break glass in case of emergency. They're all broken.
Yeah, apparently they don't want me to sleep.
It's almost 3 a.m. for the East Coast. These players are gassed. They're tired. They're leaving everything.
I started watching
the
the stream for the drops like 8 hours ago and stuck around because these games have been insane. I want to see who ends up winning. Hey, yeah, bro. Hey, I mean, technically.
I can't believe it. I can't.
Hey, I respect that. I respect that.
Okay.
If these teams win, whoever wins goes to China. But these are not the game. The last games are tomorrow.
We are taking the hands off the rip here. Frame 1 to Envy, and Cal's taking a good amount of that pressure.
Right away, Impunity going in and going down.
Oh, Impunity. What was that?
Does not connect. The purple rain does not shower on its opponents now. Mission unlocked here. 2 seconds. 1 second.
Uh-oh, chat. Cal is on the wolf. Cal's on the wolf.
Almost 100 rage. He's going to slice and dice. He is the backup. He doesn't need any of it. No kidnap, but he does get some instant pressure here. Nero does got the dance to follow. Fidel can match. Dogman with the eye as well.
After getting that sidestep here, having to reposition, he gets away literally with 1 HP as Speedery gets the first pick. Envy have so much here, and currently Shroud X just called in.
Jay, why aren't you a part of these games / matches? Because I'm 30 years old. These kids are still wide awake at 3 a.m. My bedtime was 6 p.m.
But Nook with the timing on the Fate of Both Worlds helps even better. Goddess of Death forces everything out for Monk on the invisible boundary here, and the dance of the butterflies from Speedery as Doom is going to be able to pull the trigger second.
Every ability used to perfection here, but tick goes the clock. 22-24. Impunity pushes back. Vision can only do so much. Got the elim, but it's Speedery in the back line finishing the story.
Jay doesn't have the correct Red Bull / hour. True. How you doing, average? It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a long time, bro. I'm falling asleep, man. It's been 18 hours. Nice play by Shroud X, though.
Doom walking all over here. Speedery does find that pick onto Nook, but way worth it in favor of Shroud X to finally flip this point. Envy didn't even get to that 50% mark.
This team has made Shroud age 5,000 years. I mean, it's like they just love the pressure.
Shroud did not age 5,000 years. He's too busy gambling, bro. He's opening loot boxes.
Trying to bring the fight to them. Doom going invisible, looking for those strategies yet again. He just got 2 in a row, looking for some more. We've got Agamotto's ready. Nothing.
Hey, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Hope all's well.
Envy, though, they know what the job they need to do. Kalush pushing the point immediately.
Just to get the push right there over to the other side. By the way, that's something to keep your eye on with the Invisible Woman being there and having the environmental fall off here, as Muck just does enough to be the nail in the coffin to deal with Dogman, who goes down without using the Eye of Agamotto. The dance off here as Nook gets the copy.
Oh, what? No, what? Why are these guys like flicking their mouse and missing now, chat? What is going on?
Get answered by Window, who used it earlier, and now the survivability they have to get right back on.
And both got. Oh, that was a big eye. Both of them are missing.
And it's huge once again, but a tick goes up. 57 vision.
Wait, what happened? Wait. Who stunned Dongman?
That's gonna be massive now for Sustain.
Did he get stunned again by the Luna?
They wanted 65 to 44. They want 2 to 2. They want 5 a.m. They want China.
They use so much. They
the wolf? The wolf ult? No way fucking Cal did that.
Caught them in 4K on a big cutie LED screen. You name it.
No fucking way.
Everyone right now
What's
is
up, Elizabeth?
looking at Vision on popping off. Doom, though, coming in as well with the Dance of Butterflies next, and Envy have nothing.
They're draining everything they have, every last bit of talent. Shred Speedery is trying to get some early pressure. 94% to 44. Doom's got the dance, and we're going to see from him first. He's slicing, dicing, going for the strategist. Nero barely going down to 0, but staying alive. That's going to be massive as Doom trying to get more, but it's Cal that puts some pressure on him. Slice away. Dogman up. Dogman pressured. Can Dogman get the Eye of Agamotto? Eye of Agamotto's out on this team. Vicky knows he keep this team alive, but he's got to land it perfectly.
This is where it matters over time. This is literally your travel ticket opportunity with this ultimate, but you have to look behind you because Window coming in on that Venom. They catch him off guard. Cal gets sustained here by Nero. Now coming in the Eye of Agamotto. It misses here from Kalush. Still a chance here from Dogman. He fights 2, but then the follow-up here too with Nero having the fan.
Jay, will you be here for EMEA? Yeah, I'll be here for EMEA. I mean, fuck, if this ever ends.
Gets the pick. Impunity goes off. He slams down Dogman, but no, it's Mud with the invisible boundary. They got to keep the pressure on the point. They don't want any NV9 happening.
Oh, good shit by Speedery.
Put the team on the back with the Fidel cancel, pushing forward, and the pressure.
Oh no, oh no. I think it's just Kalush there. It's just both tanks.
Keep this dream at 3-1. It's a 2-2 finish. That's legendary. Finishes off Venom, but oh my gosh, he gets the shields, Vicky.
Wait, they have to do something about Vision.
Cal, you gotta go in, bro. You gotta go in, Cal. Oh my god, Vision is holding it down. Vision is fucking holding it down. Oh my god, and the healing from Nero.
Trying to block off Shroud X, and their only exit point. Doomed to the Dance of Butterflies, but this is insane.
Lanterns down, momentum.
No.
They've got still the stall there with the Venom on each side. Impunity just trying to keep this dream alive. They got Eye of Agamotto into the slice and dice. Kalush, though, he's been huge with these eyes. He's going in, but Doom's got the slice and dice in the back.
Oh, that's GG's, chat. That's GG's. That's GG's. That was a great eye from Dongman. No, that's GG's. We're going to match 5. Oh my god.
Window gets another Venom ult. Are you kidding me? Together
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Shroud X won. It doesn't matter, chat. Shroud X won.
I cannot believe this.
We're on our 3rd ult rotation. Cal now going to
it doesn't matter, bro. Shroud X won.
A little bit longer. He's going up. He's going down. He's trying to get him. Impunity Venom symbiote on Spider.
Dude, what the fuck am I watching? What are we watching, chat? What are we watching, bro? There's
up with the symbiote bite as now Fidel getting close to their drop of the beat. We're on our 3rd ult rotation.
Nah, it's GG's, bro. It's GG's. This is where it ends. This is where it ends, bro.
All the way back. The focus is on Month, who's about to have the invincible boundary, but Vision getting
GG's, chat. GG's. Hey, that was a great stall by Envy, but Shroud X came up on top. That was crazy. Oh my fucking god, bro. Jesus Christ.
Legendary.
DPL Graybeard Gaming. Appreciate that's a tier 1 sub. I don't know if I'm so delusional at this point. I don't even know if I said thank you to you, but thank you again, man. I appreciate the Master Prime. Or tier 1 sub.
Are you not entertained? Shroud is aged to the year
dude.
40. Vision appropriately getting the MVP.
We're going to another fucking game, bro. We're going to another.
That ends up being the deal breaker, whether Envy takes that ticket to their first LAN or not.
Bro, please.
You know that they're gonna be reflecting that forever. Like, you talk about Shroud aging another my voice has aged another 40 years. Are you kidding me right now? That fight went on for like 5 minutes. We had like 2 to 3 different ult rotations for everybody involved.
I'm talking out of a tube tomorrow. It's definitely certified. I talked to Vision late last night, and we talked about this team having the talent to be able to go the distance. I've talked to Kalush today.
I'm 20 and I'm too old for this. Dude, bro, you're 20. You're in your prime, bro.
And both of them putting everything out there for their team.
Okay, chat.
It's a team sport.
Now we are at we're at the last game. There's no fucking more games after this. It's match fucking 5. Yo, Procman, appreciate the massive dono. Clap without hands. No, I'm not clapping. I'm not even happy right now.
9-10 or so hours.
I'm gonna go pee angrily. I'm gonna go pee angrily.
This broadcast, the Vision show for this round, not only with the clutch plays here, as you can see from Impunity over to the other side, but Vision being on this Hella, getting the res onto Nook, being on that Loki, taking this round specifically in the sky, the goddess of death, when nobody was left from Envy. There was 2 tanks with no sustainability, and they were already so low.
The hero switching to was impeccable. Cal is throwing down bombs of thorns over on Shroud X, and somehow through the chaos, Impunity able just to stay as Venom, soak up so much damage through it. I love the quick and valiant, I don't feel so good Mr. Stark moment from Cal on Spider-Man, just instantly being erased, but trying to bring any support at that point, right? You're just managing not cooldowns of abilities, but of respawns, Vicky, as we look at Vision, who is by far, listen, win or lose, one of the MVPs of this entire tournament and what he's put together.
Literally the win condition for this entire team. Like, give Vision anything Vision asks for, whether it be him utilizing the Hella, the Star-Lord, making those swaps at the very end to get Legendary just as quick. I mean, how else are you gonna deal with a swinging Venom that just will not die? Like, Window got his ult like twice, 3 times in one fight. He just would not go down. And then you had Vision rolling out with the Legendary and still playing around that middle console to get some cover. Like, that we are just getting nonstop peak. I just feel like we keep saying every game is at 100, but we keep getting even more games that keep topping it.
I know. How the heck is this the birth of rival esports? This is effing nonsense out here. Like, I can't believe how hyped this is. For those that are here watching it, you just have seen a masterpiece unfold, playoff after playoff game, but today has been absolute nuts. We have one last break. No more. This is it for one of these teams. Don't go freaking anywhere. We're going to be right back. If I don't pass out.
Trapping all those fighting souls, but yet across the world I see you standing in my way. And remember the time, the place we used to fight, like the sun and moon, and I wonder if ever there was a time that we were friends. The night has fallen, shadows looming, and yes, that time has come for me to seek you out. We are set now for our last reunion. Break the chains, find your way, come fight me. Do you remember who you really are? Show me that you are still the only one for me. I'll be waiting for you. Playing out, hoping your fries, raising up your fists and smashing through time walls. Before the rift splinters again, we are rebels till the end. Rise up, hoping your mind, hold on to your powers. No one can stop us.
Yes,
We are rising till the end of time.
Wait, chat. What song is going on? Oh my god, it's my favorite song. Jay, my favorite part-time streamer. If you call me a part-time streamer when I'm 5 minutes away from 18 hours, I will reach through that monitor and start fucking smacking you. Jay, live in Central Time. It's the best time zone. No. Did you find her? Yeah, I don't know where she was. I went downstairs. She was nowhere to be signed. No, not on the chairs. Not on the... I don't know where she was. "18 hours is easy peasy lemon squeezy." Bree. Stop. I gotta be up tomorrow to watch this again, bro. I need this to be done. Yo, Ring! I appreciate the massive raid, my friend. I hope you had a great stream.
Envy, it's Shroud. One of them are punching their ticket to land. Man. Me and Vicky, I don't know if you guys have ever been to the point where you're just laughing because it's just so much chaos. Like, this has been an absolute treat, Vicky, and I'm here for every bit of it, and I'm so glad I get to cast it.
We were here. We were here when history was written in the infancy of Marvel Rivals Esports. Are you not entertained? Everyone tuning in from all different parts around the world.
How is she this?
Currently, it is 3 o'clock in the morning, East Coast time. It is the witching hour, and now we have one last game.
How is she have this much energy?
Absolutely, Vic, and this is it. We're gonna see what these teams are made of with everything against the line. The only difference, I think, is Shroud X. They were here just like, I don't know, at this point it feels like weeks ago, but it was just hours ago. And Envy, a team so tight of talent, of professionalism, they know exactly the job they need to do to finish. But to have that slip with Vision on a 5-piece, you can't make it up.
Because she's getting paid. It's called cocaine.
Every talent
pre-workout.
I barely know what I'm saying anymore. It's
Chat,
insanity.
be nice.
I love it though, Vic, and I'm here for the last match.
I just want to ask Shroud X, like, how do they find comfort into just straight up adrenaline?
Start the next match. I need them. I need them to start the next match.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, you got Envy, the whole rival scene have got to be yelling. They can't keep getting away with this, but they do. You see this in all sports. Some teams, some players, they just play so good with the pressure, and it feels like Shroud X is a pressure cooker that constantly needs everything on the line to get the job done. And this is not just going back to today. This is going back to the group stage.
This is her job, Chad. She gets paid. This isn't her first rodeo. She's done multiple tournaments, multiple casting.
To go with 100 Thieves and Sentinels to China. Shroud, either way, give Vision a raise. This has been entertainment. Envy, the entire team. You guys have been lights out. Let's put it all together for one last Super Bowl.
This is the time. This is the time to rally together. See where we're going to be.
Why do I feel like Cozy looks pissed?
Match of the series. I mean, how many times?
Why does it look like that? Cozy just looks so fucking pissed off right now.
We have had a
my
situation for our last 3 series. 3 series out of 4 for today alone. All the way down to game 5.
No, I'm not doing coffee, chat. I don't drink coffee.
The talent at this level is so close, and it's exactly what we want to see, starting with Ignite and moving on here, guys, as we continue to go with what are we on here? Somewhere in the 9-hour mark. I mean, it's been nothing but perfect ults, great communication, great teamwork. This is it, guys. It's match number 5. Shroud X, Envy.
I hope they're paid by the hour. I don't know. I don't cast, so I don't.
My goodness, get ready.
I don't know, man. I don't know how casting works.
We've been in it for the ride for the long run today.
If it was me, I'd pay by the word. I want $5 per word that I say. I'd be looking like Busta Rhymes out there.
I was gonna watch this to the very end, and we're already starting things off very similar to what we've seen already before. No Emma for either team. The Magneto saves are probably gonna go for both sides.
Knowing that these guys, they're gonna somehow draw this map. Like that's the only bit of nonsense that we haven't seen at this point all night long, baby, all night long. All right, we've got now Emma.
No,
yeah,
I don't think there's gonna be a draw. It's very hard for them to draw on maps like this. Proc, appreciate the massive dono again, my friend.
Mantis and Hulk right here. That was a couple times ago. They've changed up what they've wanted to do each time. Yeah, so last time was Wolf, Punisher, Mantis. Let's see if they follow suit.
Deny that from the res opportunity. The Punisher off the table. That means that they want to try to build into Speedery, enable Speedery. Since we're going on to Central Park, I like this place. Central Park does enable the Flyers a lot. A lot of that verticality that we keep mentioning to help reposition yourself, put in the pressure. No Mantis. That takes away the triple support composition as well as the res comp. And they're going to be able to protect the Punisher because they're expecting the same thing from the other Shroud onto Shroud X.
Yeah, this is 1-for-1, the same bands that we saw last time, but they protected the Strange last time. Punisher, I believe, was banned.
Are you being paid to stream this? If you sub to me, technically, yeah.
We've seen that now.
Can you pay me to stream this?
That's gonna be a big change for them. Ooh, I like that. Is interesting. So they go.
Is your bed calling your name? Oh, bro, I'm gonna hit the bed after this game, and I'm passing out instantly.
Speeder does. He's gonna be choosing the Wolf. Wow, this is gonna be tight.
Yeah, don't let Cal linger on that one. Cal was definitely shining on that Punisher. This is gonna be interesting here. And even on the other side, Doomed being able to get away with what we saw Doom get away with on the Torch earlier on. Nook still having that Loki, allowing the reset to help.
Yo, Bree, appreciate the 100 bits. Oh my god, I'm gonna go spend it all in one place. I'm gonna go buy it like McDonald's breakfast tomorrow.
Oh man, thank you guys for listening to what sounds like Chainsmoke. I mean, like our voices are cooked, but man, it is just a pure kitchen of
Wait, Chrissy, what are you doing awake?
Thus far, as we head into our last map here, guys, to decide the fate. It comes down to New York. We've seen Central Park so many times decide the fate of teams' destinies.
Okay.
And no bigger than this.
Is it weird that I'm hoping for both teams to full hold each other, just so that we don't have to play out the rest of the map?
Love from the fans.
Dude, it said every single time.
Oh shit, what were you baking?
More in Shroud X's favor. Do you see it? Everybody, you guys at home are giving Shroud X the energy. Let's not jinx it out here because Envy, they were right here.
J3, you're the first Marvel Rival streamer I subbed to yesterday. Yo, appreciate it, my friend.
Started now, Dogman. I'm just picturing it right now, Cozy. Imagine just a huge Eye of Agamotto finally landing out here from Dogman. It would go crazy as Speedery rolls out on the Wolverine.
Look at the difference in
Ooh, that sounds good.
Impunity with the cap. This is a different look here. Doomed really the only same note that we've seen. Obviously, Dogman and Fidel in the same roles as well. Cal, though, has done so much of a better job here on Punisher. I think they expected the Groot, so that's why you've got Speedery and what he can do on Logan. But we've seen time and time again that Wolverine can go crazy on this map as the aggression is pushed to 11, and they're pushing back Shroud X pretty fast here.
The way that they're going to be able to use these group walls, though, just to shove them inside of that side corridor, while Fidel taking their time, Nook, Loki being able to get that ultimate online a lot faster, though, and that's something Envy can't really lean into, as Kalu's, though, could lean into that 1 KO onto Dogman. That's a big first pick. That really only leaves Impunity, the off-tank here for Shroud X.
Does give the chance for the portal back, though, if they're able to push through this. That's the only difference, but it looks like they're going to go with just the reset. Oh, no, they are going to push in, so are they looking to do the portal? They got to communicate this, though, here as they slice the dice. There's 1 tick left. There's a lot of time left on this clock, and it's Speedery going crazy here. There it is. There's the portal going in, and we've got the swords going out as Punisher.
Wow, they capped Envy.
And the point, they left the point. They left the point. Doesn't matter how many limbs they get here.
Yeah, Doomed was fighting Ghosts in the backline with the dance of butterflies and then got left right in that moment off the point there too, while Shroud X were still taking control over the side. By the way, look at the way that they're still shoving Envy all the way back because Vision, Shroud X, this is momentum right here. Yes, they lost out on the point, but they can re-engage right now in that next choke.
That first point often doesn't last long for these teams. We've seen that every single time they go up against one another. Kaluj now full.
Imagine if these teams actually did tie today. I mean, this game. Like, I don't even know fucking how, but imagine if they did tie.
This fight is going to determine a lot, Vicky, in terms of who's taking this match. Impunity can stall. Dogwood can throw the eye down. There is the symbol of Avengers. He can do it all day, and he's showing it here.
Oh my god, that guy just ate a Groot ult and walked away like it was fucking nothing. Impunity. He just shrugged it off.
Nuck can follow with that, and right now, no team's falling. Every button press and every player press. Vicky, it's going to be close.
Completely neutralized here off the ball.
When's your next stream? Tomorrow morning.
Judgment here. Fidel had used up that fate of both worlds, and it's going to be a dance-off now from both sides in the form of the Loki getting the copy while Doom just waiting for the dance-off to end before diving onto the backline. Still finds Muck. The Eye of Agamotto here.
It is Trey Chrissy. It literally is.
Back away, but takes way too much damage for Speedery.
I mean, near perfect ults from both teams, and Vision just doing what he does best. My gosh, near perfect ults from both teams. The Agamotto you definitely want back. Vision, God, Vision, my goodness, sir, on Ultron, it's the age.
Is he still chewing the same piece of gum from like 8 hours ago, chat?
The age of Vision is perfect, by the way. Vision is just on another level. You know what? We are group Vision, and looking at the way that Vision has just put on a performance here. Helped together with the rest of Shroud X. Envy. They know that Vision has been a problem now, looking at the fact that the
gum keeps you awake. There's no way that's true.
They have to get this answer, as Window does have that Groot ult.
They used everything though to
tomorrow. You mean today or really tomorrow? Chat. I'm streaming in 8 hours or something. Gum actually keeps you awake, really? Wow, that's a big Groot ult by Window. Cal is killing everything too. God damn.
Honestly, Envy used a lot there. Month using their ults as well, and Shroud X is going to be able to recontest. And look, Vic, 86% for
What's up, Medi?
They could hold.
They can stall. It would really be up to Cal and this judgment, depending on how Cal times
chewing gum stimulates the automatic nervous system, which increases alertness. Oh my god, that sounds so fucking... I didn't even know that. Put it in my mouth.
Cal, though, gets a big pick onto Vision. This is why you see the Punisher.
What's up, Kiriko? Appreciate it.
Judge and jury of all, as Window gets frozen by Fidel, and the fate of both worlds is answered way last, meaning that Shroud X is now re-engaged after re-sustaining.
Fidel, yeah, has to stay married to this point here. Speeder, he's slicing up Nut, getting rid of that. Doom trying to trade as well, but doesn't get it, as now Nero keeping the team up. Both beats are down, 1.89, but the time is ticking. Momentum is fading here, but Cal with the shotgun. Every bullet has a name, and the name is Shroud X as they take down one, now two, and they get the point.
Damn, these commentators are good.
Seconds to seal the deal.
He's
on this point.
Every bullet has a name, and the name is Shroud X. Damn. Fucking bars, chat. Bars. You guys say bars? Those were some nasty bars.
In advance to put down the pressure, the extra damage for
it does like 50 damage, I think, the smoke grenade.
It is 3 a.m. for some of these folks, and it is absolute peak gaming. Vision now swapped over. Keep the eye on the Vision cam, as he is now Buggy Barnes with the Kraken impact, the carry hero, the snowball that can avalanche now as they push forward. Nuck has got the dance to keep them going. They can combine it with Vision for the damage boost up. There's the Groot from Window, and they get nothing.
Is it 40 damage? I thought it was 50.
Nuck is going to copy. Nuck is now going to dance, but is saving it and patient perfectly here, Vic.
Just waiting to see the engagement. Doomed is on a side quest, by the way. Had taken a roundabout positioning to try to go in for the flank right behind, and look who's right behind him instead. It's going to be a scary show as Speedery is approaching that Wolverine ultimate, trying to see if they can...
How do these commentators think of the line so quickly? That's just a lot of practice. They've been casting for a very long time.
Oh, and the mag bubble comes out. Really great job. What?
Oh my god.
No way. How was that trade possible?
They take it. The Lamb Skull comes out, forcing out the fate of both worlds. What a trade from both sides. That's both Cal and Speedery, by the way, going down with those ultimate, while Doomed here and Fidel keep the rest of Shroud X alive.
No umbrellas can save you from tornadoes now, as now we've got the Groot ult coming from Window again. 2-in-1 fight, two go down to speak of Doom, trying to get something going. Nero keeping the team
J3, you still streaming? Nah, this is a VOD.
But no one has anything after that. This is going to take a miracle for them to hold. Minute and 23, we've seen Vision do it before. He'll have to do it again with the impact of Kraken. Let's see if they can get it done.
If Shroud X, though, have their win condition, it's going to be up to the Loki to have this ultimate, because now you have to think about the final judgment, and Speedery's already found impunity.
Cal, wow, Cal's just killing, wow. 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 How much time did they cap with? 1 minute and 2 seconds. Wow.
I mean,
W,
they
Omega lol, W.
needed to win that, and
Okay, chat, this looks like this could be, this is do or die. This is do or die.
There's a minute on the clock.
And right now I'm dying. This is do or die.
Long time. Shroud X. They've been here before. What I say, back against the wall, Vic, but we already know this is where they're comfortable. This is it, Vic.
Man. A lot on the table right now. I know we keep highlighting this, but you just have to imagine how long these players have been playing for. Their mental fortitude, knowing what's at stake, literally in this lower bracket. It's as tight as it's gonna get with the highest level of competition, but Nook was trying their darnest to stay alive. 0 and 7 on the Loki. The backline is getting harassed.
I think Shroud knew this team could go far. I think, win or lose, he's massively impressed with the performance here. I mean, they put together
the tournament match ends on a draw. If they draw, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to play another round.
And they've already excelled through greatness.
A round of what? I have no idea.
A team that he thought they could win
but
against. It's
very rare to draw.
The
I mean, they could draw. If Shroud X pushes all the way to the end, and then both teams don't cap a single tick, it could end in the draw.
Play at his hands. And of course, the Speedery show. This is it, guys. It comes down to one last heroic effort.
Time for the rodeo here at Speedery.
Wow, they deleted that guy. Feels bad, man.
The shadows to find impunity. That is not how you want to start off already this attack, as you get to see Cal doing a lot in the back. Truly, doing perfect sitting in that turret, but it's about creating that space once they push forward.
Probably catching a quick sleep, right? It's 3 a.m. Just get a couple shut eyes there while the team deals with the front line. As the teams are getting their charge up, and now we finally have some turrets bullets thrown, but good job by Vision there, seeing the turret in the backline. Vision now playing on that.
I thought it forced you to keep playing the first point until one team wins. I don't know how tournament ties work. I've never seen one or never watched one. This is my first tournament I'm watching.
Not only going to give them the team fight win, but the ult charge at it, going to make it really hard now for Shroud X.
Oh, they're about to figure out right now that Wolverine right here in Speedery's hands is a problem. We've seen this before. It's not just the Storm show. It's not just the Torch, not even the Rocket or the Psylocke, but it's the flexibility here. And the Wolverine is just already putting in so much against this team.
Yeah, I'm just so stunned. You know, they did a great job. They saved that Punisher. Envy did. They knew the difference that it could do here. Speedery is just slicing and dicing the team. Their hopes for land now, as Vision throwing down the tornadoes, making the strategists uncomfortable. Both internal bonds are out. Kaluj ready to rock with his meter.
Both
Baseball special has it. Dogman, he's been hitting clutch after clutch. Can he get another Agamotto?
That was a big hole.
Window that does stall the point, but it doesn't get the limbs that they need. Kaluj goes up with the hit, and can he slam?
Oh, slam dunked on the wow.
It was just him coming in, and he was just a bystander that gets set down as Kaluj moves up here, finding these trades. Envy with Cal coming right back in too, and it's Window that retakes this defensive point. Doom alive too, does find that one pick. There's another opportunity. You have to look at Speedery looking like a chameleon from both sides as you navigate around these group walls and still staying alive.
Oh my God! It's like the help comes from the portals, just like in the end game. Incredible effort there, touching the point. Minute and 32. It was spelling doomed, but it was doomed who spelled.
That was a very far portal away from the point. That was very risky.
With the final judgment on the final game, shooting the bullets. Can he connect? He's going for the Strange. Dogman down. He wants more. He's thirsty for the win. Minute and 14, Vic.
Vision does have that supernova though. So much time dwindled away from their own time bank. Dogman's coming right back in.
What's
and
up,
with
all
the
in
stagger
one?
too. Envy are planting their feet on the ground. The supernova not getting checked. Doom one shot because they were distracted looking at Doom in that side corridor.
I'm not,
Depressing
mister.
doing well, but
I'm
Mark
not.
getting that
I'm
adrenal
dying
fire.
inside.
Right on schedule. Nuck with the same. We've got Disappear coming.
But I gotta
up.
watch it to
Boundary
the end,
getting
man.
some space.
This, I mean, as much as I hate
Right now,
this
just
match
keeping
going to
the
match
team
5,
alive as they farm up the
it is
rest
pretty
here.
fucking
Doom
entertaining.
has the butterflies. We have Dogman on the dizzy going down.
That was too
and
late
up.
of, wow, that was
2,
too late of a
38
Shroud.
seconds.
Oh,
It's about
maybe
to be it for
too
Shroud.
late of a Luna ult,
timing
man.
on the
Too late of a
invisible
Luna ult.
boundary, the
Oh
last
my
we saw
god,
Nuck
what
get
a
the copy
fucking
kill, follows up
kidnap,
right
dude.
afterwards, and the
Jesus
speeder
Christ,
in the
man.
driver's seat. That's his face right now as he continuously slices.
What's up, Owen?
through Shroud X.
Jay,
Now
Court
you're
here. What the fuck?
20
You're still live?
seconds on the clock.
Hey, what's up, Owen and Court? How you guys doing?
This is it, guys. It all comes down to this. 10 hours.
Chat,
of
last
cap,
fight of the
3
series.
ignites, 2,
Are they
2,
going to
best
cap it?
Of 3, 10 seconds. The portal's been used. Speedery opens things up immediately, and Impunity goes up with the slam, goes down, does not connect. Finally, collusion. Now, window goes
Both
up, down,
mags just
hits
airballed.
the shield. Overtime is on. This is it for the team. Impunity down. Speedery out. Collusion pushed back. Huge from Fidel.
But is it enough? Is it enough?
Oh, shit, chat. Oh, shit, chat.
They have to stay on the point. Doom, the only one left here. Well, Speedery
Oh,
is
he
still
kidnapped him
alive.
off the
Still a
point.
problem. Nowhere
And
to
that
touch.
is
They
a
were booted out. Too
GG's,
much
chat.
pressure. Shroud
It looks
X,
like
they can't get to
Envy
the
is
point.
moving
Envy,
on
they
and going
closed the
to
chapter.
China
It
as the
was
last
series that we
NA
had.
team.
From almost to maybes to land in China. Envy
Wow,
delivers.
it didn't
It's
look
poetic.
like
It's
it didn't look like they were gonna
no
do
more
it as
chasing.
well.
Envy becomes the team to be envied as Shroud X.
Let me see the stats. Let
comes
me see the
up
stats.
A pixel short to
me
get
see the
the
stats.
point forward, and that is the end of the Swan Song.
Let me see the
Don't call it a
stats.
Cinderella story, but a story
Let me see the
of a
stats.
great team as
Cal,
Envy
35
now
and 6,
makes
17
land
final
China.
hits. Speedery popped the fuck
That
off.
wasn't just
Kaluj
that
also
was a
went 35 and 3. That's
massive
the whole
loss
team
for
fucking
Mayhem,
popped
and it was
off. I feel
all
bad for
tied
this
by
team.
Envy
Oh.
here, man. The way that these two
I feel
teams
bad, but I
collided,
also
the
feel
way that
like
Shroud X in general
I
as a
feel like
team
this tournament
has
should
improved
not
their
have these NA
flexibility.
players
There's a
playing at
lot
3
to
a.m.
learn off of these bots. Cal on the Punisher.
I feel like they
juiced
should
up,
not
by the
be
way,
having.
booted
Oh
up by the
shit!
rest of
I
his
got
team,
you.
17 final hits.
They should not be
35